Who wants to be in America's slash fic with Abraham Lincoln?
Louisiana Purchase, that's a name.
You need to really get off my balls, okay? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Also, why was Michelangelo so stinky? Ew.
Nice.
Everybody. Oh, wait. That was kind of delayed. Okay, sorry. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 320 of the All You Can Hear podcast. I am one of your essential co-hosts, and joining me today, my name's Wenzel. Joining me today are my two essential co-hosts.
Music Colt that also turns into a movie. I'm a transformer.
I'm Essential Tanner, ready for action.
Yes. So, if you can tell, if you can't read, or if, the name of the episode is Lads Essentials. What does that mean? What the fuck are you talking about, Wenzel?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're doing is I got the lads here, Colt and Tanner, to put together for me a list, two lists. Their lists are movies and music albums, and there's 10 for each of those two sections. So total they both have 20 items for their lists. It's for both of them, it's their top 10 essential movies and their top 10 essential music albums. What is their essentially what is like Colt's movies? What movies are essentially Colt, or what albums, what music are essentially Colt, or what movies are essentially Tanner, and so on. So it's basically all their favorites that would essentially be essential or important to them. And I had them again confine it to 10. They've been bitching at me, saying that this has been impossible to do. I've just been quietly laughing, and yeah, and you may be thinking, Wenzel, where's your essentials list? Why don't you have a top 10 movies or music albums? Well, you'll have to find out about that at the end.
Whoa, a little string you along. And guess what? I'm disabling fast forwarding this episode.
Oh shoot!
Yep.
Hacking in.
That'd be.
Can't.
Could you imagine how fucking crazy that would be if you could actually implement that into audio?
That'd be terrible because people would force you to listen to ads.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I listen to the ads.
I usually do too. If I'm listening like in my house, I'll fast forward the ads. But if I'm in my car,
If I'm driving,
that's fair.
I usually keep the ads on.
Yeah, but Colt here apparently wants us to skip the ads in our cars, so
Yeah, you should always be on your phone, not on the wheel. Do not hold the wheel. It's for scary people.
that is a 2023 Colt Dockery quote.
Mhm.
Also, since these movies are essential, we condone every act in every single one of these movies that we're going to talk about today.
Wow.
Yep.
Now I also should
Colt
mention
and
Colt and I do not know each other's list.
No.
Yeah,
Wenzel doesn't know our list either.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
Wenzel
don't either.
also doesn't know.
I don't, because I at first had wanted them to put it on one doc, but then Tanner comes crying at me saying, "I'm going to keep it a secret." So
Guys, it's like we're the listener.
and then Colt, because Colt is under peer pressure, is like, okay, I guess I'll keep it secret too, and
To be fair, when I was doing my list, the doc was gone.
Yeah.
How did you get rid of the
because I said I was gonna private it, so I privated it. I was like, all right, if we're gonna play that game, then I'm gonna play this game.
That makes sense. I had already finished my list by the time Colt started on his.
Also, to be fair, the doc still exists. It's just that, I mean, there really was no point, and there wasn't really much on it anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah, and I did offer them for each of their lists like 2 ties, basically. So 2 items can exist at a certain spot. I know Tanner didn't take that up.
No.
I don't know if Colt did. I don't know.
I didn't, because it's like I feel very definitive with like my choices.
Well, let's see if that's true.
All right. So what are we starting with, Wenzel? Let's get into it.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with movies, and we're just gonna go back and forth. So one person says their number 10, the other person says their number 10, and so on and so forth. Basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna say like, okay, what the movie is, why is it important to you? You can share a story or anything. I might ask you a question, who knows? But yeah, that's basically it.
All right, Colt. Do you wanna do youngest first or alphabetical first?
Or ugliest. Let's go ugliest.
All right, Tanner, go.
My joke was that Colt would have went first either way. I can go first if you want me to go first.
No, I'll go because I'm cooler, and we're going by swaggiest. So
so least swag to most
wow.
swag. That makes sense. So yeah, you
Yeah.
should start.
yeah, for me, my movies, like Wenzel said to do is like my least favorite is at the bottom, and Tanner said I'm gonna do it chronological, so I did it like Wenzel said. Number
Least
10,
favorite?
least favorite of the 10 I have.
Colt saying he actually ranked his 10
Okay.
through 1.
Okay, I just want to make sure because that can be kind of deceptive. I don't want people to think that like you don't like these movies.
No.
That would be
no.
awesome if Colt was
Yeah.
like, this movie fucking sucks. Anyways, my number 10 essential movie, Sausage Party.
Go ahead.
Fuck, I forgot about that movie. That was gonna be up there. No, it wouldn't. Number 10 for me is Ghost in the Shell 2: Innocence, 2004, directed by Mamoru Oshii.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
know that's probably a hot take for some Ghost in the Shell heads, but like I really enjoy the second movie. There was a time frame, probably like 2-3 years ago, when I first got my job. I bought every single Blu-ray of every single Ghost in the Shell related thing, from the standalone complex to the Arise, to the live action, to everything. I love Ghost in the Shell, and this is easily my favorite Ghost in the Shell related thing. I know a lot of people probably don't like that, but there's just something about it. It's just so beautiful, from the art to the characters, and there's a dog in it that's just a fucking
Is it-
beautiful doggy.
That's the one with the basset hound, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That famous scene. Yeah.
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 It's also like there's a nostalgic factor to it, even though I haven't seen this movie until a few years ago. It's got a similar to Metropolis, the one animated movie we watched a few years ago for the show. It's a nostalgic, graphically looking. It's not necessarily looking bad. It's stylized for the time frame. Considering it came out in 2004, it kind of looks like a PlayStation 2 RPG cutscene, which is not a drag at all, because to me, those look good. I enjoy those. They don't look like super hyper realistic, but they're stylized in a way to look good for the time frame. And I just love Ghost in the Shell 2: Innocence as well, from the story's perspective, as it comes off from the first movie to this movie. I don't want to say anything spoilery, but
Yeah. You don't have to.
it's great. Great movie.
Yeah. No spoilers, by the way, for anybody wondering.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You say nostalgia, even though you just saw it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because I mean, a lot of films do that. They purposefully instill in you a feeling of nostalgia, even if you didn't get to experience at the time. I mean, you can still feel that. That's very valid. And yeah, no, I mean, on Letterboxd right now, Colt has it at 5 stars, and its average rating is 3.8. I mean, that's not bad at all.
Nah.
And that famous, that famous scene of the basset hound alone is enough too, I think, to garner a lot of attention, positive attention, at least for this film. Haven't seen it, but I know I definitely need to.
It's a beautiful movie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Colt. All right. Well, my number 10, kind of in the same vein. By the way, I'm going chronological, but I'm going oldest to newest. So my number 10 is the oldest movie, a part of my essentials. Be the same thing for albums, going up into the more recent stuff.
Let's
My
see if
number
I'm
t-
older. I have a movie in here that's it's pretty old.
I also this first movie. I went with 1954's
Oh, shit.
White Christmas.
Oh wow.
Directed by Michael Curtis, who, if you're not familiar with, directed things such as The Jazz Singer and
Where's a
Casablanca.
brown Christmas? Am I right, boys?
Amen.
I'm always saying that. So if you don't know, it is a musical. Has Bing Crosby, like names you would recognize. Bing Crosby, obviously one of the most like famous entertainers ever. Rosemary Clooney, who, if you don't know, is actually the aunt of George Clooney. And
Did not know that. Wow.
yeah, kind of in that ilk. Essentially, it's just a feel good musical Christmas story. I think it is a bona fide classic. So I had watched it in pieces through the years. Just, I mean, if you know me at all, you know I'm a huge Christmas guy. It's literally my favorite time of year. And this movie to me just encapsulates everything that Christmas is truly about. Like just the camaraderie and like the just getting together. Like it's not about the gifts, it's not about the presents.
A little bit. It's a little bit about the gifts.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my presents. No, but like,
I love giving
No.
presents. It's a lot about that.
yeah, I do love giving, and that's kind of like what this movie drives home is about, like doing like a selfless act for someone else. And it's truly a great story. The musical aspect of it, I know neither of you two are like huge musical guys, but I really think y'all would really dig it.
Whoa. Who said I wasn't a musical guy?
Well, not as big of a musical guy as me, I guess.
I love musicals.
I should say that. Well, you would fucking dig White Christmas. It's a classic. I believe maybe one of Justin's from Cajun Greatness, one of his favorite movies of all time. I'm definitely right
Maybe?
there.
I feel
with
like
him.
I feel like A Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I know he likes both of those movies a lot. I don't know which one he would like more. And It's a Wonderful Life almost made this list.
So it's not on.
No, because this is the oldest
Wow.
movie. It's a Wonderful Life came out like 10 years before this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is in my eyes, bona fide classic. It is. I've watched it every year for the last couple of years. It is amazing. Black and white or in full color. It's great. I would highly recommend watching the full color version because it's been like restored over the years. It's like really crisp. It looks really great. And it really gets you into the holiday spirit. Like I know like the first Christmas I watched the whole thing like from front to back. I was like going through a time where I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do in like my professional life and stuff like that. And like, it kind of just like cheered me up. And it's not like you would expect a Christmas movie from the 1950s to have like a huge religious message. And this movie does not have that. There's no like, oh, by the way, if you don't like Jesus, you're going to get, killed. It's not that at all, which is again, super surprising for a Christmas movie from the 1950s. But it's truly fantastic, and I would be spanked furiously if I didn't include this on my list. So yeah, White Christmas, number 10.
Who would spank you?
Myself.
Oh.
Well, all I have to say is, guys, your number ones better be Passion of the Christ.
Oh,
What if I told you the rest of my list is Mel Gibson movies?
Oh,
uh
oh.
And
Also
it's not
could-
the good ones.
Yeah.
That's even worse. Okay, well, yeah. Always appreciate a feel good movie. Nothing wrong with that.
I
Yeah.
just don't watch many Christmas movies. Like this one, I thought it was the same as A Beautiful Life for some reason.
I don't blame you because all the time when I think of White Christmas, I also think of A Beautiful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
A Wonderful Life, sorry.
Oh,
Wonderful
yeah,
Life.
yeah.
Because It's a Wonderful Life is pretty heavy-handed with its like religious stuff, but this is totally different.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. And I mean, I'm looking at some of the restoration stuff right now. It's very crisp. You're right.
Yeah,
the colors are gorgeous.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Because I used to watch the black and white version, and I think actually last year was the first time I'd ever watched the fully in color version. I was like,
wow.
oh my god, how is this not the version I've always been watching?
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Mickey.
Number 9. Let's go. A bourbon.
Oh yeah.
I
Number
should
9.
mention. I'm going to say this right now. My side is wet. Because I opened a can of Coke Zero and it made the most beautiful and perfect arc. Where it just exploded out of the can and hit my side and my chair.
Wow.
Nobody saw it.
I know. I'm just telling you. That's why before the podcast I said I'll be back was because I had to go get a towel.
I was wondering what happened because Wenzel joined the Discord. He's like, I'll be back. I'm like,
Sound a little panicked.
Yeah, I was like,
because it caught me so off guard. I literally opened the can and the perfect arc of Coke Zero streams out perfectly. Like it even does that physics effect where when it's a perfect stream, it looks frozen. I don't know how or why.
That's awesome.
I was freaking out because there was so much of it, and I was afraid it got on all my books.
I've definitely have been in that situation before, so I feel I also would have been panicked.
Yeah. No, I just got my side wet.
You're so good at spilling stuff on you. Like it's a talent at this point.
Well, let's just say it's my quirk.
Oh, that's not really a good quirk.
Well,
that would
you wait. Just you wait. Whenever there is a villain chasing after you and you need them to slip, you'll be wanting me.
You're gonna slip and bust your ass before the villain does.
Wenzel just really nervously pulls out a Coke Zero out of his backpack and like shakes it up and he opens it, but somehow he like all the drink gets on him, but he drops the bottle and the villain trips on the bottle
and breaks his neck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that probably would be what happened.
All right. Enough joking around. Let's get serious.
All right. Number 9. Let's get some fun. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna bring the mood down with my number 9. Because
oh.
I have a feeling I might know what it is.
It's you probably don't because you haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Swear to God.
It's another movie we've watched for the podcast before. It's a beautiful movie. It's Incendies 2010.
Oh no!
Directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Also, it's Enseigne.
Enseigne. This movie is a masterpiece of pain. The soundtrack's done by Radiohead. Just all across an absolutely horrifying, beautiful movie that I will never forget. Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite directors of all time, and so you can probably guess he's gonna pop up again later. Jesus Christ, this movie! I don't want to say anything about it because
you can't. People gotta watch it, man. People gotta watch it. Man, I guess if you want to, I mean, if anybody listening has seen it. Oh God, I don't remember what fucking episode it is. We did an episode where we watched this. If you can find it, go find it, I guess.
Yeah. Just go through at this point over 400 pieces of audio on the main feed and just read all the descriptions.
It was like a year or 2 ago.
It was a year ago, I think. Yeah. Oh,
it's in there.
Yeah, it's in there. Wow. Damn.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
I'm sure if we asked Pat could probably come up with the number within seconds.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well,
anyone want to do that?
I was really scared you were going in another direction. I know nothing about that movie. I've never even heard of it, but I love.
You should see it.
Yeah, I
should watch it.
I'll watch it.
It's a long one, but good God, that's all.
It's heartbreaking, man. Oh my God.
All right. Are y'all ready for my number 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of went in a different direction from Colt, but I think this movie is a lot deeper than what it may appear on the outside. I went with 1988's My Neighbor Totoro, directed by
Oh,
Hayao
nice.
Miyazaki.
Having a
Uh,
real fucking Grave of the Fireflies Totoro here.
yeah, really. Yeah, make all of, like mine and Colt's movies double features. Just our number 10 double feature. Make this number 9 a double feature. Again,
That's
I know
fucking
nothing.
crazy.
I know nothing about Colt's number 9, but just make it a double feature. I think it'd be funny.
Honestly, yeah, I would.
It's
I would.
honestly, in my opinion, I mean, it's because it's more personable. I feel like Ansondi's is more heartbreaking than Grave of the Fireflies, but Grave of the Fireflies is incredibly heartbreaking. I only say that because Grave of the Fireflies is animated, and the Ansondi's is like,
Is live.
yeah.
So I can see what you're saying of like it kind of it feels more real.
But they
now,
both happen.
But the thing is that Grave of the Fireflies, like that also like
Yeah,
that's
they're
based around
both
actual.
bad.
They based around both. Actually, both movies are based off actual events, and Ansondi's is actually based on a play as well, based partially on events and somebody's actual life.
And if you don't know what Colt's referencing, Grave of the Fireflies and My Neighbor Totoro was a double feature when the movies came out in Japan.
Yeah.
So, but I did not experience My Neighbor Totoro that way. I went in just My Neighbor Totoro. Again, not going to get into too much, but I did not know what this movie was about before I watched it. Like,
Cat bus.
Yeah, I knew there was like, oh, there's a bus that's also a cat. Oh, there's Totoro. I knew who Totoro was. And but like kind of the surrounding, it's almost like the B plot of the movie, because it's really not even the focus of the movie, is like truly heartbreaking stuff. When I watched this movie for the first time, like the credits hit and I probably cried for like a half hour.
Oh, wow.
I think, yeah, this movie is, I mean, obviously, you know what you're getting with Ghibli, like beautifully animated. To me, it's Miyazaki's and Ghibli's like magnum opus. I don't think I like. There's a ton of Ghibli movies I considered for this, but like I don't think any of them come close to Totoro's greatness. I don't think, Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, God, like Porco Rosso, Kiki's Delivery Service. Those are all fantastic, great genre-defining films. I think Totoro beats them in a head-to-head. That might be a hot take, but yeah, my Neighbor Totoro is absolutely phenomenal. It breaks my heart even still when I watch it, and I know what happens. And it's like, it is super short. It's like 86 minutes, and it's just like it's so happy. Don't get me wrong, the movie is so happy, and Colt kind of mentioned it with his number 10. It brings a sense of nostalgia to me, even though I did not grow up in 1950s Japan, which is when the movie is set. I know might come to a surprise to some of you. And I did not watch it. Yeah, and I didn't watch this movie for the first time till I was like 19, maybe 20.
And we've been like telling you to watch those movies pretty much the entire time we've known you.
Yeah, I know. But it is just, it's incredible. I honest to God, probably like in my opinion, the best animated film of all time. I think it's an absolute masterpiece in every single way. No flaws.
Damn, I guess you don't need to speak the rest of your list now. Okay.
All right, Tanner's done.
Well, no, I didn't say it's the best movie of all time.
Tanner's done. Okay. Bye, Tanner.
I didn't say it's the best movie of all time.
Why don't you take your little leaf umbrella and get out of here?
Yeah, I love Totoro. Totoro's a great movie. I haven't seen it in over 10 years at this point.
You need to watch it, because I think you will feel differently about it at, oh my God, 24 than you did at 14. I just think you're going to be able to get the nuances of it more.
The thing is, I gave it I'd give it a 5 stars back then. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. And that's the thing about Totoro too, is like you can tell it's a fantastic movie just watching it, even if you like watched it on mute, because like, I mean, the animation is that good, and the fact that it is 35 years old is kind of mind blowing. But then you turn the sound on, the voice performances is great. The actual like original soundtrack for it is great. the sound design in the movie itself with like, because it's set in like the late summer with like the cicadas and stuff. I mean, it's masterpiece.
And the English, well, this goes for all Ghibli movies. In my opinion, the English casting is always really well done. It's always a British person, though.
Yeah, has to be
You
British.
know, it has to be British because America sucks.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Miyazaki thinks, so.
Yeah. I mean, which is fair, and then Britain also sucks, but who wants a redneck voicing Totoro?
I kind of want that. You should
I
not
kinda
have said
want
that.
Oh man,
yeah.
I was about to say like a Sam Elliott voicing Totoro would actually be extreme, or like the dad in the movie would be extremely sick.
Sarsaparilla
wait a
cat
minute.
bus.
Wait a minute. What about Woody Harrelson for Totoro's voice?
Give me an
Uh,
example of his voice.
Oh man.
I guess I just don't think as of Woody Harrelson as like Southerner.
I
Really?
do.
I do.
I can hear his voice in my head now. He's
He
speaking.
plays
to me.
usually like Texan or Southern.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
literally plays Tex in
Now-
fucking Zombieland, I think.
No, I mean I get it, and like I know he's from Texas. He's not my first choice when I think of like if we want to get somebody that sounds like Hook. I'm thinking Sam Elliott.
And his dad was a hitman for
Sure.
the mafia.
Yeah.
So
Also-
what's more Southern than that?
Also, too, I think Woody Harrelson is like his like political views recently, like
Oh yeah, he was at a Robert F. Kennedy good thing.
I think he
Yeah.
was drunk. He was playing his character from Hunger Games.
Yeah, because
oh my god.
because Robert Kennedy exists in that world.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, but here's another one. Matthew McConaughey for Totoro.
Oh, that would be good.
Can you imagine though him like,
I could
all
think-
right.
And he's like, every day I get older and they stay the same age.
Okay, let's calm down. Don't say that.
All right, Cole, go with your number 8.
That is a Dazed and Confused reference.
I still haven't seen it. I want to see it because it's apparently really good.
It's all right.
Right. Number 8. This is gonna be my newest movie on my list. So, it's a movie that I saw last year. Fuck, my computer just went to sleep. Shit.
It said
wake
honk
it up.
shoe.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Number 8 is The Northman. Came out in 2022, directed by Robert Eggers. I'm a huge Viking head. I love those. Damn, that sounds problematic. I enjoy the Viking
I was
mythology and the history. I enjoy reading about it and learning about it. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And this movie pops off like crazy. It's not like a full-on action flick, but holy shit, when that action kicks in, it makes you want to scream. In the trailer, they show a scene where the main character, I can't remember the actor's name.
He's
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
He catches a spear mid-throw and does a 360 no scope and throws it right back. That shit is hype as hell, and it ends in the most beautiful way possible. Volcano. That's all I'm gonna say. It's so fucking awesome. I absolutely love this movie. I can't get enough of it. Like Jesus Christ, Skarsgård, butt naked, fighting another man butt naked. Fuck.
Damn.
That's my review.
That's his yeah. Damn. That's a good choice. Really good. And I see. And don't worry. You're fascinated by the history and the culture and everything like that's perfectly fine. As the Northman was incredible. I saw it as well. It was great and a really just interesting take on like magical realism, but with Viking aesthetic and Viking driven kind of
because like
story.
It just kind of like plays on like how it's not necessarily magic. They're just using drugs or it's hallucinations. Because there's a scene that's really cool where Skarsgård goes into a crypt, and I don't want to say what happens. It's really cool.
Yeah, but that's what's cool about it is that as well. But like it's still ambiguous enough that you could still take it as being
Yeah.
magical, and I think that's a reasonable thing to come out of it. Yeah, okay, cool.
Great choice. Yeah, I also really dug The Northman. Cole, I knew you really liked it. I just didn't realize you were so high on it.
Oh, it was one of my favorite movies last year. Well, it was my favorite movie last year.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Well, all right. I'm just thinking about the double feature idea I had earlier.
Oh, goodness.
All right, my number 8. I'm just gonna get right into it. 2006, directed by one of the great American directors, Jeff Tremaine. I bring to you
Oh, God.
Jackass number 2.
Fuck.
This is not a bit. I don't want to think that you think I didn't take this prompt seriously. I am a huge Jackass head. Jackass number 2 is to me a movie about brotherhood, about it truly is like the birth of the modern definition of what we now know as Dude Rock.
Yeah, and it's the inspiration for so many modern day YouTubers.
It really is. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Like, the whole reason I ever wanted to get into content creation was because of Jackass and Nitro Circus.
Did you watch Jackass 2 originally in 2006?
And it was probably like 2008 or 9 by the time I watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to wait
yeah.
till it was on like a streaming service.
Yeah, there was no way I could have owned a movie with a cuss word in it when I was 10.
Yeah. How old were you?
I would have been probably 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was probably
so,
like 10 or 11 when I watched them.
Okay.
yeah, but
Don't tell my mom, please.
I like obviously there's not a way to spoil Jackass number 2, and if you can't remember like kind of some of the stunts in the movie, you have the Toro Totter, which is where they're on the 4-way like seesaw, and the bull is coming, and like they're pretty much playing floor is lava, but they have a bull running at them.
Yeah.
It's the Beehive limo. It's the movie where they drink horse cum.
Yep.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
an iconic one. That one.
Yeah,
stayed with me.
literally like one of the most like iconic Jackass stunts in my opinion. It has all of the cast, like all of the original cast, like obviously before any sort of falling outs or anything.
Yeah.
And I mean it's just so much fun. Like it like so Jackass number 2 coming out in 2006. So obviously Jackass at this point had been off the air regularly for like 5 years.
Yeah.
But we had gotten all of the spin-offs. We have gotten Wild Boys and Bam's show that I'm forgetting the name of at the moment.
Oh fuck!
Not Unholy Union. He had a show before that.
The Bam.
It might have just been the Bam Margera show.
Yeah,
It might have been. You had that, and then Knoxville, and this is pre Nitro Circus. So just all of them coming back together. They had a huge budget for what is essentially just a long episode of Jackass. They had a $12 million budget, which is fucking insane for a movie like this. And I assume most of that was in travel because there's stunts here from like 7 different countries.
Yeah.
But it's so good. I like, honestly, I think just the brotherhood of the movie, it truly is dudes rocking, and it's just a fun time. Last year after Jackass Forever came out, I rewatched all of the Jackass movies, and they're all great in their own ways, even like the 2.5 and the 3.5 and stuff. But Jackass number 2 still stands on like a pedestal. If I was to have to pick one of those movies to take with me to a deserted island, which is kind of how I thought about this list, Jackass number 2 is the easy pick out of like the Jackass line.
Okay. Wow.
That's completely fair. I fucking love the Jackass movies. I watched all of them, even some episodes of the TV show when the 4th movie got put on Netflix. Or not Netflix, what was it called?
It was
Paramount.
It was on Paramount,
Yeah.
but Jackass 4.5 is on Netflix.
Yeah. I watched all of those shits. I love all of them. And just from Jackass 1 to Jackass 2, it's crazy the quality jump because they have fucking money and they can do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they want now. It is a classic, I will say that. But like, if I had to choose a favorite Jackass, I'd go with 4. 4 is
Forever
really good.
is great. Do not get me wrong, and Forever almost made this list. I think it's just the fact that Jackass number 2 has everybody in it. Like,
Yeah.
I love Forever, but like obviously, like missing Bam is like, even though like there's good reason he's not there. You know, and just like everybody that didn't come back for the movie, like that's why to me 2 kind of takes the cake here, because 2 feels like the end of like the original Jackass era. Because like with 3 they start introducing new, and like Forever they had like a ton of new people, and they're all great in their own way. They're all great, but Jackass number 2 just has like it still feels like the same group that started the TV show.
You want to know something funny? I had a dream about us at a diner, and Bam Margera was serving us, and he was like, "I'm a changed man. I'm doing better."
Is this a recent dream?
Yes, it happened like 2 nights ago.
We've had some wild fucking dreams this week.
It was a very strange dream, but I was happy for him, and I was like, "Damn, I'm really glad he's doing well." Not happening.
I gotta ask, what are both of you guys' favorite stunts from Jackass 2 then?
Oh shit. I can't remember all the stunts that are exactly in what movies.
Yeah, because there's some stunts. I mean, I can come up with mine, but there's some stunts that are like, we're just on the DVD release, or we're a part of 2.5.
Yeah, that's my issue.
But my favorite stunt from Jackass number 2 proper is probably the Toro Totter, what I opened with. Like, it's just 4 of them. They're on this 4-way seesaw. I mean, Knoxville gets fucked up. I think this stunt might have been the stunt that caused him having to get catheterized for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Like he gets knocked out. Like it's nuts. But highly recommend Jackass number 2 to anybody that just wants to like watch some insane shit now. What?
Oh, God.
Binge it. And they're all super short.
I'm looking at the stunt list and I'm completely forgetting about this. This is the one where Steve-O fucking puts a hook through his cheek.
Yeah.
Oh
my
God.
gosh. And there's the classic wee man running from what's his name naked through the streets.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah, there's some great stuff here. The butt chug.
Yeah,
that's
butt
good.
chug is great. Beehive limo is fantastic.
I guess we're just gonna have to pencil in Colt for them drinking horse cum.
You know what? That's a classic, so why not?
Honestly,
Just kidding.
that's how I first heard about Jackass back in like 2006, I guess it would have been. Because obviously I was way too young when Jackass originally came out in like 99, so I wasn't watching Jackass at 4 years old. Sorry, but that's how I heard about it. It was like, yeah, these dudes like they didn't jack off the horse, but they got the horse cum like the way you get horse cum for like breeding horses.
They jerked it off essentially.
Well, they put it in the machine.
Yeah.
Well, that it's not even a machine. It's a pouch.
Yeah, it's like a sleeve.
Yeah. So they're holding it. They're having to hold it. They're not moving it. But it's essentially I guess for lack of a better term, it is a pocket pussy for horses.
I was about to say
that
Is that
captures their semen in a bottle.
Yeah.
And then because that was originally supposed to be the end of the stunt, and then they were like, "You should drink it."
Oh.
And they're like, "Okay." I also believe I can't remember if it's on number 2 proper or 2.5 because some of the stuff kind of gets conflated. I believe this is also the movie where Steve-O eats a piece of horse shit in front of 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah, I think it is.
And washes it down with a warm, I believe, Modelo.
Oh.
And then they gave him $100.
What?
Yeah. I believe that may be because there's Jackass 2 unrated, and then Jackass 2.5. So they all kind of combined together in my head.
There's
But
also
that-
the classic. I think this is Jackass 2 or 2.5. It's the one where Steve-O's in like a helmet and one of them farts in it, and the fart goes through the helmet and he throws up inside the helmet.
yes.
And also, I think it's in 2.5, but the scene where Steve-O paper cuts himself on purpose, that is like one of the worst scenes in all of Jackass.
Yeah, because Jackass number 2 also has a lot of stuff that like they originally filmed for Wild Boys, and MTV was like, you can't put that on TV. There's no way we're putting it on TV. And they're like, okay, we're just going to put it in the fucking movie then. And then they put it in the movie. But yeah, Jackass number 2, fantastic. That's my number 8. I went on way longer about Jackass than I thought, but it's masterpiece.
Now, I love it.
Colt, you're gonna have to fit in 7-6 in your little spot.
7-6.
7-6. You're 7 and 6. You're gonna have to fit them all in one spot.
He's kidding. He's implying that I went so long he's cutting you for time.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, you're fine.
Number 7 is a movie that two of us here absolutely enjoy full-heartedly. It's a movie that came out in 2018. It's called Hereditary, directed by Ari Aster.
Hell yeah.
This is my favorite Ari Aster movie. I haven't seen Beau is Afraid yet. Waiting to get together to watch it with some of these other dudes. But Hereditary is a fucking phenomenal movie. I absolutely love it with all my being. I remember watching it in theaters and seeing the theater response. It was a wild wave of different emotions in that theater, because there were people laughing at it because they thought they was stupid. There's people laughing at it because they thought it was supposed to be funny. There were people cringing.
There were people laughing because they're horrified.
Yeah,
I was one of those.
It was a fucking fun, awesome experience. It's a great movie to say, yeah, I watched that in theaters.
Yep.
In the next 20 years, you see a little kid like, oh, I love this Hereditary movie. Came out when you were what, 40? Be like, shut the fuck up.
I love Colt making up a totally made up person.
Yeah. But it's a great movie. Ari Aster's horror movies, fucking phenomenal. Midsummer's also great, but Hereditary is the better of the two, in my opinion. Do not stick your head out of car windows. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's usually good advice.
Yeah, I mean, like Colt said, that's probably one of my favorite horror movies. Just that last sequence is easily one of the most terrifying sequences I have ever had to sit through in a theater. I'm still hesitant to even go back and watch this movie, even though it's everything, almost so much in it has influenced stuff, my art and kind of the stuff I look at, I read or I watch or whatever. It's influenced my taste a little bit. So that's
I agree. I remember pretty much this entire movie vividly for some fucking
Me
reason.
too. I remember it so vividly.
Mhm.
I just, it's so striking. Man.
Yeah, it's no secret I don't like the movie as much as y'all, but I will give it this. The theater experience for it was really cool.
Yeah.
And also it is I do remember probably 95% of this movie, and I have not rewatched it since we saw it in theaters.
Same.
So yeah.
Great
I
movie.
expected that to be on your list.
Yeah. I mean, go, like Colt said, he can't really say anything about it. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it.
All right. Again, just thinking about the double feature rule. Up next, I have a little film from the year 2007, just a year later. Directed by Brad Bird. I bring to you Ratatouille.
Oh my god.
My God.
What?
Yeah.
This
Great
is
movie.
crazy.
It's a great movie. It's just strange that you put it on your list.
No, I'm just shocked at the contrast between you two right now.
Yeah. Our list literally could not be more different. So Ratatouille, I'm not even going to get into the plot stuff because I feel like everybody has seen this fucking movie, and it's 16 years old. It
you
is.
know about it through
Yeah, you at least know about it.
because there's been hundreds of memes made of it now.
Yeah.
Thousands. There was a whole TikTok Ratatouille the musical.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
during like the lockdown phase of COVID. Like it was a whole thing. I'm just gonna say it is fantastic. What got this on my list? It was New Year's Eve 2020. So New Year's Eve 2020 into New Year's Day 2021. It was before Riley and I lived together. And she had got COVID in between the time of Christmas and New Year's. Or maybe it was somebody had COVID and we couldn't see each other, so we couldn't spend New Year's together. So I got hammered and I turned on Ratatouille and I drunk live tweeted or live zeeted, if you will.
Oh god, skeeted.
Yeah, I live skeeted. No, I live tweeted Ratatouille, and honestly, as far as watching movies by myself, obviously that like wasn't a great holiday for me. Like I couldn't spend it with my fiance because again we didn't live, we wouldn't move in together for like another month. So like that was awful, and like I was like, oh my god, I can't believe like I'm not getting to spend like New Year's with her. Like this sucks. But like this movie made it better. Like I don't know, I can't explain it. Like it could have been a little bit of the alcohol. I was drinking White Claws, which is very much not a New Year's drink, but it's all that was in the fridge. And yeah, it was just like a great time. And I've seen this movie probably 10, 15, 20 times since its initial release. Because I did watch this movie in theaters. It's just a phenomenal time. I was also at the age where like during the last days of school, like 7th, 8th grade, this is the movie they wheeled out to watch.
I was gonna say I've seen this movie upwards of 20 times. This has got to be teacher's favorite movie.
Yeah,
to show to kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I saw this once and it was in theaters.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it is fantastic. And like honestly, like from like an influential level, it's kind of what got me interested as food as more than just like something you eat, like thinking about like the artistry and like why this goes with this with food. And it does at a very basic level in this movie, but
You don't
I
have
think
to cry. It's okay.
well, I burped. Colt, thanks for calling me out. But yeah, it's phenomenal in every single way. I have such a deep love for this movie. Like it's actually a little crazy, but it's phenomenal.
Would you guys want to eat a ratatouille?
I'd try it.
I would try it. To me, the way the movie makes it looks more appealing to me than an actual ratatouille in real life.
The real version looks not that great.
Like, wait, have you seen somebody make it? Because there's somebody who I watched like a couple of years ago actually make it. It looks pretty damn close to the movie.
I just don't like how uncooked the tomatoes look. I don't like uncooked tomatoes.
Wenzel, yeah. I think I know what video you're actually talking about.
Oh, could it have been Babish?
It might have been Babish. I would eat like that version. The times I've had the opportunity to eat ratatouille, it was not made by like these like, I guess for lack of a better term, social media chefs. So like they would have pictures of it on their menu, and I'm like, do I really want to spend $35 on this, or can I get like a chicken parm?
They don't hit the aesthetic.
Yeah. So and genuinely, like it doesn't seem like something it wouldn't be my first choice to eat, but I would definitely be down to try one for sure.
I actually really want to try it.
Let's make one.
Okay.
Put that on the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, Hereditary and Ratatouille double feature.
Yeah.
Double feature, baby.
Depending, I'm number 6. Okay. Depending on what Tanner picks, this might be the best double feature yet.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be Come and See.
Come and See came out in 1985, directed by Elem Klimov. I'm not joking.
I was right.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie is one of the best
God.
depictions of war and loss from the point of view of a young child.
I'm not laughing at your pick. I'm kind
I
of laughing
know.
because Wenzel guessed it right. I'm
Yeah.
also laughing about the potential for a double feature with my number 6.
Oh my god.
Please keep on.
It's such a good fucking movie. It's had me thinking about it constantly when I first saw it because I want to say Wenzel saw it first. I know JoJo watched it first, but before me,
Yeah, I think it was JoJo. It was me, and then I let you borrow my Criterion.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved that movie. It's so fucking good. Oh my god, there's so many fucked up scenes in that movie. The one that like is burned into my skull is the church burning scene. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's just say it's
Yeah.
I wonder what happens
not
in that
great.
scene.
Not just the church burning. I'll say that.
There is wow. Yeah, I mean,
I can see the little kid, the actor that was the little kid, his face as he reacts as he watches the church burn. It's just burned in my face. To be fair, I did save a picture of him as like a soy jack because I think it's kind of funny.
Jesus. Now- God,
It's a fucked up movie, but it's really, really fucking good.
it's really incredible too, and it really kind of it's fascinating in the sense of like, okay, wow, it's really good at depicting how awful, like I mean, truly horrific, especially World War II was. Also too, like how far a director will go to depict that because
Yeah.
there is a lot of controversy with how they got some of those reactions and stuff.
Yeah, they really traumatized this kid. This kid was fucked
This
up.
kid was traumatized, and that's tough. But that aside, yeah, Come and See is great. Like I still think about, like you said, the kid's face. I mean, it's literally on the Criterion cover.
Yeah.
It's like so iconic just because that kid in the picture, you couldn't tell he's a kid. He looks like an old man.
I literally didn't know he was a kid until y'all started talking about it.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
no.
seen it.
Whenever I got the movie first, I was like, oh yeah, this is probably like a 30 or maybe late 20, 30-year-old guy who is like aged, but no, it's like a child that's been aged like 100 years. Like it's man.
And the cover for it on Letterboxd, it's a beautiful cover. The poster, that is. It's really nice, but it does not send the exact message of this movie is gonna fucking.
Oh, is it
wreck
the
you. It's
yeah,
like
is it
his
oh,
head, but it's got like rainbowy colors around it.
yeah, it's the yeah, that poster's really good, but it does not do the justice of how he looks. Yeah, that it's a good poster. Don't get me wrong, very pretty.
I kind of want to rewatch it. Oh fuck.
I don't
It's
know if
really
I can handle,
good.
I don't know if I can handle that again.
Yeah, I mean it's been on my list for years, but just from the little I know about it, I'm like, I need to be in the right headspace to watch this movie.
But that's the thing too, is I always say, like, it's always tough because I feel like sometimes, like, okay, you have to be in a certain mood or whatever, but then it's like does that really ever come? Sometimes I'm just like, I just got to do it.
Yeah, I just watch stuff whenever I have the time and I want to watch something.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what? I've been meaning to watch it. I'm gonna fucking watch it, and that's kind of how it was with Come and See, and man, and I still think, yeah, I still think about that film. And I still think about the little little booklet or pamphlet you get with it in the Criterion edition. Because I forget that Come and See is a Bible verse. Very haunting. Yeah, great, good choice.
Man,
It would probably be on my, like, it'd probably be up there too, honestly, like for top 10.
Wow, spoilers. All right, Tanner, what double feature we have here?
Yeah.
Tanner?
oh yeah, what? Sorry.
What the fuck are you doing over there?
No, well, y'all broke out for me for like 5 seconds, so
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
it's your turn now. What?
Oh,
what's
okay.
the double
What's the double
feature?
feature? What's the double feature?
Oh shit. Okay, so my movie, it really depicts, I think, like the quintessential, like it really taps into like the American fear of what they think or what a prisoner of war goes through. Directed by Jon Favreau, 2008's Iron Man.
Oh
Oh
my god.
my god.
Um,
Yeah, it's not a great double feature. I'll say that.
so I picked this movie for a few reasons. So Iron Man is like my go-to comfort MCU movie, and I feel like it would have been
Really?
yeah. It's super weird because like I didn't watch Iron Man until I had probably seen like 15 other movies in the MCU. Like I didn't watch Iron Man
Wait.
until probably before Infinity War.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, my first Marvel movie I ever saw in theaters was Avengers.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I'd never
I saw Iron Man in theaters for my
I saw Iron Man in
birthday.
theaters, man.
no,
Ugh,
but
it was great.
something about Iron Man, I don't know what it is. It's my go-to like comfort Marvel movie. If I'm like in the dumps and I just want something in the background, I'll turn on Iron Man. I've probably have turned on this movie and I've listened to it probably nearly 70 or 80 times. I've not
Wow.
actively watched it that many times. I've probably watched it 4, 5, 6, 7 times, like sat down and watched it in the last couple of years. But I love it. And also like it's essential to me for a few reasons. A, because I genuinely do love this movie. I think I tend to be higher on Iron Man than a lot of the fandom. But
Not
also,
me. I fucking love Iron Man.
yeah, like I know people that love Iron Man. I just like typically when people are like, "What's your favorite Marvel movie?" Like, I have Iron Man pretty ridiculously high, in my MCU rankings. Also the fact that it kicked off like the next 10 years of like just hit after hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
Um,
Until
like,
recently.
well, I'm talking strictly in the Infinity Saga, Iron
Yeah.
Man.
I mean,
yeah.
I
to
mean,
Endgame.
I mean, sure, but also Thor was kind of a miss.
Well,
The first
broader, yeah, the broader MCU, like that whole era, I guess. Because, like, yes, the first Thor was a miss, but like, you know, what did that become? Like, Chris Hemsworth becomes like this huge international star, and
Yeah, because
there's like,
Thor, yeah.
Also, Iron Man's design, that's easily my favorite Iron Man design.
I was trying to see that because like I was gonna wait till once you got done, but like I gotta say it too. Like the more I think about it, like about Iron Man, like the first film is like it's just crazy because the when I go back and look at it, the scene where he's putting together or he's having the suit put on him is still just amazing. Like
yeah.
it's just still an awesome scene. Like you don't have that in the MCU movies now. It's like it's got to be sleeker and it's got to be simplified, and that's fair.
All bio fucking design. I like angular designs. I'm a big
I mean,
Yeah.
boss.
And it looks rough. It looks like even the final suit at the end of Iron Man, like his final Iron Man 1 suit, still looks like a work in progress. And they do feed on that in all the movies. Like he's constantly working on it.
Yeah, he's constantly working on it. I mean, there's like gaps in the armor. I mean, that's also how he exploits his own armor is because of the gaps. Yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
Also, like, I'm not going to spoil, but I think the final line in Iron Man is maybe the most iconic single line in the MCU to date. I would say. I'm going to say it because I think everybody that cares about Iron Man has seen it.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's again, unless you've just been under a rock the last 15 years, you know what line I'm talking about. It's where Robert Downey Jr. in front of the press corps
says,
he
"I made
just
a
says,
stinky."
Yeah, he says, "Uh-oh, doo-doo." No, he says, "I am Iron Man," and then it just cuts to credits. It's like, oh shit! It's just so cool. This movie is so culturally significant too. In like the pop culture realm, again, like I mean, from 2008 to 2019, I mean, it was just for the most part, Marvel hit after hit after hit after hit, culminating in the like this phenomenal like 2-part final film. And we won't talk about the rest of the MCU since then. But yeah, I gotta give Iron Man 1 its flowers. It's absolutely phenomenal.
God, hell yeah. Yeah, no, I probably should put it higher as well, just because again, whenever he's making the suit, whenever he's in the cave making the suit, and then when he's having the suit put on, I mean, and it's just so like especially for early MCU, fairly dark.
Yeah.
Not to say that makes something good or bad, but like it's just so interesting.
Yeah, it
and
feels so
it's-
different than like a ton of the MCU stuff.
Yeah, it's more grounded as
it
well.
definitely is.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
one of the more reasons why I like it so much is
And
because it reminds me of the TV shows, and the TV shows remind me of it.
Yeah, that's fair. Man, that's crazy.
Also,
I-
Jeff Bridges, fucking
he
hi-
plays his character is Warmonger.
yeah, his suit. I still have a toy from
suit.
that time frame, and it's so fucking awesome.
I've wanted a toy for so long. It is such a sick toy. I remember his character's name is Obadiah.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Okay, now actually that brings me a good question. Who's everybody's favorite MCU hero?
Ooh,
Oh, man.
Iron Man. Iron Man has been
Iron
my
Man?
favorite, yes. But living MCU hero is Spider-Man.
Whoa, spoiler.
God, all
we
time.
can say dead or living if you do choose a dead character. There's not many.
God. I think I completely agree with Colt. I think my favorite all time is Iron Man, but I think my favorite currently is Spider-Man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What about you?
Why would you ask me this?
You
Why would you
asked
ask me
us.
this? I wasn't prepared. God damn it! I don't have enough time. Shit. Oh my god! Why the fuck would you ask me this? You piece
Oh
of
my
shit!
god, we gave you time to think.
Give me no time. 90 seconds is not enough time. I think you should leave it.
Yeah.
Really though, don't. God damn, you're killing me with this. God damn it! Why can't I think of any other hero? For the longest time, for the comics, I really love Moon Knight. I would say probably though for the MCU, I would have to say Rocket.
That's completely fair. Rocket's
Okay, yeah,
awesome.
fair.
I love that little fucking raccoon. Also too with Guardians 3, he's just more fascinating and even deeper now. And
Yeah,
I love Rocket.
he's up there for me certainly as well. Guardians is my favorite Marvel team, MCU, like easily.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Now, okay, don't you fucking throw this question back at me, Colt. But what's your comfort MCU movie?
I don't tend to watch movies repeatedly, like back to back, like comfort wise.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Okay, that's fair. If I were to say a comfort MC movie, it would probably be Thor Ragnarok or probably Guardians 2.
Yeah, but both great choices.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
All right, well-
So great double feature lined up for you.
Yeah.
Please let us know if you actually do one of these double features. I have to know how deranged it comes
Yeah.
off.
All right. Well, next up is the final 5 for you guys.
Woo!
Of
Yup,
movies.
yup.
So,
Now,
go.
this is where it starts to get fun. Because I was like, shit, this is gonna be. Because I knew my top 3 immediately, but 4 and 5 was like, nom, 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 nom. Anyways, number 5 for me is Neon Genesis Evangelion: The End of Evangelion. Came out in 1997, directed by Hideaki Anno. Fucking phenomenal end to an amazing anime. The best ending of the original, in my opinion, of the 3 fucking endings. Jesus Christ, this is a beautiful way to end that series. Holy shit. because in considering it's the ending of that, I can't say anything about it. I know that's a lot of my movies, but like a lot of my favorite things are time sinks and their investments.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
yeah, yeah, end of Ava definitely.
No, you're fine. I mean,
Yeah.
just um God. Yeah, animation, phenomenal. Story, phenomenal. Story, depressing. Uh like
It
it's
just
really
makes you feel like a different person once you end. Because that credit sequence is just oh.
yeah,
Oh.
like God. It really like I mean, I know it kind of don't want to sound like that, but I mean, it really does kind of it just kind of change you. I don't know. How to-
No,
but-
it does. As somebody that watched it for the first time 2 years ago, like after watching it, you're just like, oh, what's my life look like now?
yeah. Gosh, I mean, I can't really add anything on. You just gotta watch it.
Yeah, but first you got to watch the anime, which
You
is
gotta watch the
20
anime
something
first.
episodes. But if you want to, you should get the full experience of watching all the anime. Get all those 2 endings, and then you can go for the extra ending on this run.
My God. What's your favorite Ava?
2, because I like red.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty sick.
How'd you feel whenever never mind. I can't ask that. I
I'll
can't
say
ask
not
that.
happy.
Not happy. Yeah, fair enough. Let's just say when I first saw that, I was screaming. I wasn't screaming, but I was crying.
I'm so fucked up.
So fucked up. Okay, I guess Tanner, you go.
All right. I'm just gonna say maybe our wildest double feature yet.
Oh hell yeah!
Man, I'm just gonna come out and say it. In 2012, a little movie came out.
2012.
Oh
Yeah,
shit! I thought that came out like
Um,
2009.
directed by Noah Baumbach. I went with Francis Ha.
Ha, yes.
Oh my
yes.
god!
I don't want to hear it, Colt. You can.
Yeah, I know Cole is not a huge fan of this movie,
Okay,
which
but
is
Colt
which is fair.
No, it's not fair because Colt gives it half star on Letterbox when the Meg was so much worse.
I mean, that is true. I mean,
I had
like
more fun with Meg.
objectively, Meg
Shut
2 is
the
worse
fuck
than
up.
Francis Ha.
I don't want to deal with this middle class white woman.
But she's not even. She's literally struggling. She's not even. She's having a tough time.
Oh, it's so hard being able to be with my friend's house. And I'm not on the streets.
No, she can literally not. She can almost not pay her bills. Like,
Yeah, Cole, she's a struggling artist. She is a
Get out of New
artist.
York. Get out of New York.
Okay,
or
You
now
can't
here's
make it
the
as a
fuck.
dancer anywhere else but New York.
I did not like this movie at all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay,
Y'all
wait,
continue.
Okay,
Goddamn,
so
I'm fucking
directed
mad.
by Noah
I'm mad. I'm
Baumbach,
pissed.
which a lot of people probably know now as helping write the Barbie movie. Fun enough, his wife Greta Gerwig is the main actress, the main star of the movie. Also co-wrote this movie.
Wait a minute. I didn't know they were married.
I didn't either.
Are you serious?
I had no idea. I thought it was so weird that they collaborated on stuff so much. I didn't realize they were married.
Is Marriage Story about them?
No, it's about Noah Baumbach's probably his dealing
Yeah,
with his parents.
Yeah, I think that is kind of what Marriage Story is kind of about. Is
Because I feel like a lot of Noah Baumbach's films, like Marriage Story and The Squid and the Whale, that's about, I think, his parents' divorce or what they went through.
Damn,
I
sounds
could be
like he'd be a
wrong.
lot happy if he smoked a fat bowl.
okay. Well, anyways, so I picked this movie for a couple of reasons. So this is really the first movie I ever watched with like trying to expand my horizons of what films I watched. I watched it the first time in like 2016 when I really like I was like, oh, I'm going to try to watch 100 movies this year. I never have really watched just like a ton of like stuff that made me think prior to this. Like I never really saw movies as any other sort of medium besides oh man, how cool would it be to get out of the house and go eat some popcorn? That's rad. I didn't watch movies a lot in my free time. And so I watched this movie and I went, oh wow, I didn't even realize movies could be like that. Also introduced me to Adam Driver, who has become like my favorite actor. So that's really cool. But yeah, it's just like a movie about like the struggling artists and kind of like having to come to terms with like not everybody makes it. And it's just really good, and also got me to I've watched like I think almost everything Noah Baumbach has ever done, and I know I've watched everything Greta Gerwig has done at this point. But in watching this movie, I think you can see like the thorough line between like this and like 20th Century Woman and like Little Women and then Barbie, like honest to God. But yeah, this is like such a fascinating movie to me. I think it is essential viewing per se. I think I think everybody that wants to try to get into film as more than just, I'm not saying like in a crit like, oh, you have to watch the like a movie like this to truly understand film, but this movie to me really opened my eyes to what film could be. And I always have really appreciated that, and I have a special place in my heart for Francis Ha.
Man, yeah. No, as soon as Tanner watched it, and like, whenever we were really starting to develop as friends and stuff, and he was getting really into movies, I remember him telling me to watch Francis Ha, and I did, and it was like one of the greatest recommendations ever, because like it's one of my favorite films now. Um, it's just a fantastic fucking movie. Like Tanner said, it's like a struggling artist who, she doesn't make it, but that doesn't necessarily say like she ends in failure.
Yeah,
Rather,
exactly.
like it's just like kind of like it's a coming of age, but it's coming of age for somebody who's in their 30s.
Yeah, well, 27, but
Oh, she's on the verge of 30s.
yeah,
Yeah, she's in her
yeah,
late 20s. Yeah, my bad. But she's in her late 20s, and it's basically like that, a coming of age, and it's it's not sad, but it's really kind of,
it's real. Like
it feels
like
so real.
it's real and raw. I
Yeah,
guess is kind of how I would describe it.
it's really fantastic.
And like Colt, I will say this in Colt's defense, I don't think this is a movie for everybody. I do think everybody should check it out, but I
Yeah.
definitely don't think everybody's going to come out of this film being like, I love that. Like
But if you rate the Meg 2 higher than this,
I would say
then
objectively you're a bad person and should be
I would
thrown
say,
in jail.
I would say you need to be put down like a dog.
That scene where the shark gets impaled by the helicopter blade was better than the entire.
I don't agree with that at all. I think
I
think
will
if
say
anything,
if Adam Driver impaled a shark with a helicopter blade in Francis Ha, I think it would have been kind of cool.
Yeah,
it would have
I
been
would love it.
sure, but no, I think definitely for Colt, he, when they put down dogs, they give him like something to kind of like relax them and stuff, and then that's what they put him down. I think Colt just needs to get the poison straight away.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
just how I feel. No. And ever since too, I watched it, I've been wanting to get it for Criterion, and Tanner eventually got it for me for, I think, my birthday or Christmas.
Yeah, it definitely would have been a Christmas a couple years ago.
I'm very, very grateful, because it's love it. Just love
Yeah.
it. Good choice. Good ass
Yeah.
choice.
If you are one of the millions of people that have seen Barbie recently, and if you want to get into more Greta Gerwig work and kind of
check
see
out.
like a very rough draft of like kind of more of the themes of Barbie, check it out. You may come away with I will say it's in black and white. It's an artistic choice. So just go in knowing that, but yeah, I definitely say give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's nothing like Barbie. I'll say that. Don't expect Barbie.
Stop listening.
It's
just
not
don't
like
listen to
Barbie,
Colt.
but I think a lot of the themes in Francis Ha and the themes in Barbie are very, very similar.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, go check out Francis Ha. Go check out Little Women as well.
Oh yeah, Little Women is phenomenal. Like almost made this list. The way I came to this list was I listed all the movies that I was like, okay, if I had to take movies to a desert island, I came to a list of 21 movies, and Little Women was on that list of 21 before I pared it down to our 10 here. But yeah.
Oh wow.
All right, Cole, what's our next double feature?
What's number 4?
This is what
End of Evangelion and Francis Ha is something.
This is when I said, like, it sounds like I'm breaking the rules, but I'm not, in the chat the other day. This movie is called Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time 2021, directed by Hideaki Anno. I enjoy this movie. This is my favorite Evangelion thing.
You're a piece of shit.
Because I'm not breaking the rules.
No, you're not breaking the rules.
No, you're not.
Completely different movies.
It's just kind of funny.
And I fucking love this movie. It is the complete opposite of End of Evangelion. It is the happy ending for Anno, because let's just say End of Evangelion, not happy. Not happy.
Nope.
Let's just say some of us, it broke for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. But the rebuilds.
That was me. It was me.
I love the rebuilds with all my heart. I do. But this final one is peak Evangelion, from the designs to style to the characters. It's so fucking good. Just the scenes where it's just farming with Rei and she's learning to be a human. That shit is so good. God. And then I can't say anything, but the ending, the ending, it's nothing but warm feeling inside right now.
And I think so. Just a little inside baseball here. 3.0 plus 1.0 was the last movie I cut before I came to my 10. So in a theoretical world, it was my 11 to barely miss the cut. And I actually went back and forth a lot between this and another movie. But yeah, it's so good. And just like knowing the fact that, like, so obviously if you watch, not getting the spoilers, but if you watch Ava and then you watch End of Evangelion, like, and Anno even says in interviews, like, those movies show just like the absolute worst of humanity because that's how he felt at the time. But with 3.0 plus 1.0 being like the culmination, first of all, of like nearly 20 years of rebuilds. I think the original rebuild came out in like 2006, if I'm not mistaken.
2007.
Maybe. Yeah. So, 15 years. And it was, he could not have made this movie in the 90s when he made the other Avas.
Oh no, he was a different place and time.
Yeah. He was just a totally different person. So the fact that he got to finish this story in this way and kind of do something that no other show has really ever done. And I can't think of any show that's ever just rebuilt itself and has multiple endings, and they're all canonical in their own, like, they're all canonical. So you can kind of just like choose your own adventure with it and decide which one you think is the most canon, is the quintessential ending.
I'd love to see more of that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's super cool. I think it'd be harder to do with live action than anime, but it even surprises me that no other. I guess maybe because Anno just has such a high level of respect, maybe nobody just wants to infringe on that. Like, honestly, but yeah, I completely agree. Colt, this is probably the movie so far I agree with you the most. Like, absolutely peak.
Yeah. It genuinely is. It's a beautiful movie.
Also, getting to see it in theaters last year for my birthday was phenomenal.
It was very fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
we saw it when it dropped on Prime in 21, but they bought it to US theaters for like 2 days only, and we watched it in theaters for my birthday last year, and that was a ton of fun. Also, making Riley sit through 3.0 plus 1.0 despite never seeing anything else Evangelion related was just funny.
All I could think about during the fan service scenes was like, damn, this is crazy for Riley.
It was, but they still enjoyed it. So I think that actually speaks a lot to this movie, because there's a lot. I mean, you theoretically have to watch the whole series, the original End of Ava, and then you have to watch 3 rebuilds. So there's 20 hours worth of stuff you need to watch before you get to this movie, but the payoff's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
it
and
is.
the thing is too is like in this movie they start introducing like new concepts, which is
Yeah.
just like what the fuck.
Yeah.
Which I will say I love it. I love it. I love all of the biblical references and like kind of like the pseudo biblical and like kind of the sci-fi aspect with it as well. It was just so cool. And then like Colt said, just a gorgeous movie. I mean, so many different there's like several different like animation like styles and mediums that are kind of not mediums
It's kind of medium. Like it's
Kinda.
purposeful because there's a certain thing that's
purposeful.
happening at the end.
there's a thing happening at the end that's very it's very cool. It's
Yep.
it's almost similar to a montage, I would say. God, just really good. And just really good knowing like the psyche of these characters who have been around for like over like several like 2 decades,
Yeah.
maybe
Literally my
3.
entire life, like, because
Like-
Ava came out in 95.
So yeah, so like so two. Such a good culmination of all that. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, phenomenal. Great choice, Colt. And I actually feel like that movie pairs well with my movie.
Ah,
So my number 4 is probably my most recent watch that made it. I don't think I watched it. I think last year might have been the first time I'd seen it. Maybe 2021. That all kind of blends together. But I went directed by one of America's greatest auteurs, Michael Bay. We have
Oh,
2013's
God.
Pain and Gain.
what the
Okay.
fuck?
That makes sense. Tanner's talked about it quite a bit.
I know. I enjoy it. Yes.
Absolutely beast mode movie. The Rock's career performance. I would argue and say it's also Wahlberg's and Anthony Mackie's career performances.
Oh,
But 100% it's The Rock's. It is just balls to the wall, insane. If you don't know what this movie is about, go in blind. Because you don't know what this movie is about. I will say, based on true events, which is wild, and it's so good. There's a lot of man, I don't know. It'd be like if you were watching like a high speed chase on TV, and then all of a sudden it turned into Mission Impossible.
yeah, it is. I need to rewatch it because I remember a bunch of scenes from it pretty vividly. It's just been so long.
It's so good, and like I said, like I would say easily The Rock's career performance. I think what he does in this movie is heads, and he is perfectly casted for the role he is playing in this movie. But yeah, go watch it. It truly is like a great little indie film. No, but it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Go watch it. It makes me want to read the book.
I didn't know there was a book.
I didn't know there's a book.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. A bunch of muscular guys.
Amen, brother. Just one of them needs to not be there.
Yeah. Looking at you, Tony Shalhoub.
I don't know who that is.
He plays the guy who I guess villain, antagonist. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been too long. I don't know.
He
This would
plays
be a
Monk.
great movie for us to get together to watch.
Yeah, it probably would be. He plays Monk in the show Monk. If anybody remembers that.
I remember the show, but I never watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would know his face if you saw him.
Yeah. Top
Alright.
3 now?
Top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah. My top 3, honestly, if you know me, you know my top 3. It's super easy to guess. But anyways, number 3 came out in 2015. Mad Max Fury Road, directed by George Miller. My favorite of the Mad Max movies. Holy shit. Also, funnily enough, my first Mad Max movie. I've seen all of them now, but at the time, I had only seen this one. Thanks to Wenzel, let me borrow a DVD. And I watched it by myself. Fucking loved it. And then there was another time we got together and we watched it with Tanner.
Yep.
Loved it again. And then I watched it in Blu-ray, upscaled 4K on my PlayStation 5. Whoa! That shit is so good. I think I enjoyed it more the third time because I was like appreciating all the details and just everything about it. It's fucking really fucking good. Tom Hardy, I need you back, baby. I need you. Just please. I think he's already. I can't remember if he's in the next like mainline Mad Max movie, but I really hope he plays Max again because I know he's not gonna be in Furiosa, and I know what's her name is not Furiosa. That is
It's
sad.
Anya Taylor-Joy now, I think.
Even though wasn't she one of the mothers or the sisters?
Anya Taylor-Joy? No, she
I
wasn't.
thought she was one of the pregnant women that got fucked up. Couldn't remember.
No.
But holy fuck, I love Mad Max Fury Road. George Miller, you are so talented from Happy Feet to Mad Max. You've got skill, baby girl. Woo. You're going to Hollywood.
Uh,
Wow.
Tom Hardy is playing Mad Max for Wasteland, and then Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Furiosa for Furiosa.
Very excited because that should be coming out next year. I just remembered the strikes. Never mind.
Damn.
No, I've seen the movie about 4 times. First time was in theaters. Second time was when we got it on DVD and watched it at home. Third time was I got a Blu-ray of it, watched it again, and then fourth time was when we got together to watch it. Good ass movie. I mean, really though, you don't really need to watch the other Mad Maxes to watch this one.
It only makes you want to watch the old ones.
Yeah, but then be like, oh well, shit, Fury Road's so much better. I mean, the last ones are fine. It's just Mel Gibson.
I mean, there's a reason Fury Road is commonly heralded as the best action movie of the 2010s.
Yeah, Mad Max 2 is a very not close, but it is a second place for me. Mad Max 2 is really fucking good. You get some of the most iconic Wastelander gear.
Yeah, you do. Yep. Yeah, Mad Max 2 is very good. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, good choice. Good choice. Oh my god, such a good fucking movie. So
Wow.
crazy. God.
All right. So my number 3, and again, these are not ranked. Literally in just chronological order. Is this my number 3 essential? Probably not, but it is in my top 10. Just wanted to preface that. So this story follows a man that has lost it all, and has to rebuild really from like a very basic level. And within this rebuild, he learns, oh, maybe I should focus more on family instead of career as much. And of course, I'm talking about 2014's directed by Jon Favreau. We have Chef.
Yeah.
I tried my fucking hardest to not include 2 movies directed by the same guy. I think it sends the wrong message. That I'm just
Dick
like
Rider.
I mean, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Wenzel did not. This was a self-imposed thing for me. Like Wenzel did not say that you can't do this. But yeah, Chef. I talked about it a little bit with Ratatouille earlier. Chef was the movie where I watched where I was old enough where I could actually act on some of these food impulses and like could actually create stuff as well. So like I've always appreciated it for that. I think it is every time I watch it, it gets better. It's like a fine wine per se. The RDJ cameo in it is phenomenal. The fact that Jon Favreau, because he wrote the movie, produced the movie, stars in the movie, and directed the movie, so the fact that he cast himself to be able to score his ex-wife being Sofia Vergara and his side piece being Scarlett Johansson, I think is a beast mode move. That not enough people talk about in
I've
this
never
movie.
seen Chef, so I have no idea.
Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. But yeah, it's just like a fun movie, and then like the back half of it is like a road trip through like the southwest into the southeast. So that's a lot of fun, and it's just a fun time. Like I can't really say enough like great things about it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see it for years, ever since the classic memes.
Meme
Like,
where
have you seen
Colt
Chef? My name is
Colt would
Chef.
ask me this goddamn question so much. I had no idea what he was talking about. It pissed me off in school.
Yeah,
And then I'd be like, "Have you seen Chef?" And he couldn't answer it.
I said no every single time. 'Cause I
Yeah,
haven't
because
seen it.
you're a piece of shit.
It's just because the fucking content creator at the time I was watching said it, and like it's stuck in my head. And for some reason, when I hear something, I like to repeat it repeatedly. Not so much to other people nowadays, but I still do it. Just not as much. But in my free time when I'm alone, you would think I'm insane.
Also, I specifically remember Colt trying to gaslight me after I saw Chef, where Colt would be like, "Oh, have you seen Chef?" I'd be like, "What are you talking about? I've talked about it." He's like, "Well, you asked me first." I was like, "No, I didn't."
See, that's what I'm saying. Colt's a piece of shit. Colt's a piece of shit.
He was like, "Yeah, it's the meme that you did." I was like, "I've never asked."
See what I mean? See,
But yeah,
get his ass, light his ass up.
phenomenal. A great movie. I don't think I do think I am on the high end of Chef love. But yeah,
I've heard
phenomenal.
nothing but good things about it though.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, like I've never heard anything bad about it, but I don't know if it's a lot of people's desert island movie per se.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's as long as it's yours.
It is. I will take every copy to the desert island.
That's pretty fucked
Now,
up.
I gotta ask: have you seen Chef?
Actually, no, I've never seen it.
Damn. That's a weird choice.
How crazy would it be if one of these movies I'd never seen?
Yeah, it'd be pretty fucking funny if I haven't seen like 5 of the 10 movies.
Yeah, just wait till we get the albums.
Oh goodness.
Oh God.
Yeah, I
Alright.
love Try That in a Small Town.
Jesus. It's not even an album, it's a fucking song.
Fuck.
All right, top 2 time, baby.
Yup. This is another one you've seen coming, talked about it for years. Interstellar 2014, directed by Christopher Nolan. This movie, holy shit. This was like a big like taste maker for me. This essentially gave birth to my my current brain. I remember being in my room probably playing Call of Duty or some shit. It was I think I was probably playing Black Ops 3 maybe. I don't know. It was a while after the movie came out, was not in theaters. Cody came in the room, he's like, "Hey, you want to come out here and watch a movie with me and JoJo?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" Cuz
I was there.
no,
Yeah,
You
I watched Interstellar with y'all.
you did, but that was like a second time. That
Oh,
was when Wenzel was with us.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize y'all watched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was me, Cody, and JoJo. We were watching it, and I was like, I felt like a little kid, like watching it with wonder. I mean, I was like 16, 15 around the time, but I just felt like my jaw was dropped, like emotions were fucking running high. I was so into that movie. And when it ended, I looked at Cody and me and him were like, oh, like I was like teary eyed. And JoJo was like, I hated that. And I was like, what the fuck is me and Cody were pissed at
Yeah.
him. And we're like, I think you need to leave. I think you need to leave.
They escorted JoJo out of the house.
This is like, I genuinely think if you don't enjoy Interstellar in any capacity, like you can say you like it, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, you realize it's a good movie. But if you say you dislike it in any capacity, in my opinion, you have terrible taste. That is, I genuinely believe that you have not that you have terrible taste. It's just that you have a taste that is not good.
So you would say probably a terrible taste.
Yeah.
Just say it. Just say it with
Dang.
your whole chest.
Yeah, just say it.
Sorry, Cannon, but you gotta.
Does Cannon not like this movie either?
No, he hates it.
He did not
What
like
the
it.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, we were so mad because like it was JoJo, Cannon, and goddamn Justin all talking about how much they hate it, and but they're like, but they put The Prestige up there. And don't get me wrong, The Prestige is a good movie. Sorry, we're kind of talking shit on people right now, but
the twist is nowhere as cool as the fucking twist in Interstellar.
like there's not even a twist. Well, there is a twist, I guess.
I mean, there is a twist in Interstellar.
There's a twist, but like what? Like I mean, you can't deny everything that's in Interstellar as being like larger than life. Like I mean, it is too insane. Like don't get me wrong. Again, Prestige is a good movie, one of Nolan's good movies, but nowhere near the technical like ability and aspect that's in Interstellar. Like nowhere
I
near
feel
that.
like Interstellar set like a benchmark.
It did like Inception was well, goddamn, the Dark Knight series is fucking good.
Nolan's an all-timer director. He's like
He's an
my second favorite director.
The thing is I can't sit here and say like, oh well, these movies are better than these movies. Well, I can, but like I mean, like all around, like he has banger after banger. There's like barely any misses. I mean, for me personally, like probably I would say on the low end for me would be Oppenheimer, but even then, Oppenheimer is still a good movie.
Yeah, Oppenheimer is probably my least favorite Nolan movie that I've seen. I gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, gave it.
I kind of feel that
stars.
with Tenet. Like I feel about Tenet how y'all feel about Oppenheimer. But Interstellar is objectively a good movie.
And
like I feel like it's a movie. If you watch it, and I'm with you, Cole. If you come out of it saying it's bad, like I don't know what you're looking for in film.
Yeah, because like okay, those three, Jojo, Cannon, and Justin keep talking about
who we love dearly.
Who we love dearly. They keep talking about certain scenes should be shorter. Like what fucking scenes? They always say the chase scene in the fucking cornfield. I'm like, oh fucking Cage, does that mean that the whole movie's fucking bad? I mean, you can't sit here and say there's no like the movie where they go to the planet with fucking time, you know, it's so close to Gargantua that time is distorted where 1 hour is 7 years. You can't say that's not like heavy. You can't say that the technical aspect of how they interpreted and visualized a black hole isn't impressive, because literally that was what set the standard for science. Like you can't like,
and it's all practical effects, like Christopher Nolan is known for.
Yeah, it's all practical effects. No, I mean the digital effects are all fantastic. Like you can't sit here and say that none of that looked pretty. You can't say it doesn't look gorgeous either. And the performances too. Everybody did great.
Matthew McConaughey, this is your best role.
Easy.
Yeah.
It goes Interstellar 1, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days 2.
That'd probably be funny if I know what that movie was.
I've never seen that movie.
It's legitimately a great movie.
Sorry, I'm also passionate about Interstellar.
I fucking love this movie so much. And
so
also
good.
the cornfield scene with Chase was too long. Excuse me? I don't even remember that scene being long at all, because I felt like it was like maybe 2 minutes tops.
Yeah. I really want to rewatch it, because I think I've watched it one other time since the time we all watched it together.
Yeah, I've only seen it twice, but I loved it.
I haven't watched it since Riley and I have been together.
We should just do a Nolan like watch through.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, fine.
Summer of Fisting 2.
Yes. So, Winter
Nolan edition. We already have the winter planned out.
Springtime Nolan.
Oh man.
Or Nolan falling.
Wait, I mean, we already have the fall planned out. We're releasing this in the fall, I think.
Yeah, this episode's coming out the last week of September.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm talking about the next fall.
Okay. All right. Well.
Okay. Yeah.
Great choice, Cole. And I do know you're number one.
Oh yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah. So my number 2, and you may be able to guess this if you know me and if I've ever talked to you about movies in any capacity before. To me, the greatest American coming of age story of all time. 2017's Lady Bird, directed by Greta Gerwig, written by Greta Gerwig. I think this movie is. I mean, I know I've said it a lot, but like obviously they're my essentials. You know, I'm gonna say it. This movie is a masterpiece. To me, really, it was my first taste of Timothée Chalamet, and also I always mispronounce her first name.
Saoirse.
Yeah, Ronan.
Yeah.
Who is phenomenal in like literally everything she's in. And I am a Timothy stan per se. But yeah, it is phenomenal. Again, kind of in the same ballpark-ish of Francis Ha, except we're dealing with high school age versus late 20s. This time, and it is set in like 2002.
California.
Yeah, well, yeah, in California, but also it's 2002 to 2003 versus Francis Ha being like 2010s. Yeah, it's just so damn good. Like one of the best films of the 2010s in my opinion. Just yeah, I love everything about it. Like it's easy to me. I compare to this movie, and it's probably not even a fair comparison, but just based off of kind of what is happening in the film, I compare this movie to Boyhood. And I think Boyhood is a fantastic film in its own right. I think this movie takes everything in Boyhood and condenses it into a singular like school year, into a year. And also just I think it kind of goes a little bit deeper on the themes, in my opinion. But yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. I feel like if I would have seen this movie I think I watched it in 2018. I feel like if this movie came out when I was in high school, it would have changed my life. But yeah, Lady Bird, absolutely masterpiece, phenomenal. Thank you, Greta.
I wanted to rewatch it because I just got back my Blu-ray copy from Pat.
Yeah.
Who didn't watch it?
Nope. And they've had it since 2018?
2018, literally the year that we watched it together, and
Yeah.
then met Pat and then let him borrow it, and
yeah. I need to rewatch it because we watched it in 2018, and like I didn't hate it. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it to where I gave it 3.5 stars, which is not a bad score at all. But I think I would enjoy it more now than I did back then. Because same thing with the movie Raw. Because I think like I've evolved a little bit when it comes to taste. So I want to give those two movies a chance again because we watched those two back to back.
Yeah, Raw is also really, really good.
I love Raw.
All right, Cole. Let's. I mean, I know what your number one is.
I mean, you both know.
But let's hear it.
And it's got to be Saw, right?
Saw 3.
Shit.
Actually, Saw 3 was pretty good, but it's not my number one. Number one is Blade Runner 2049. Came out in 2017. What? Directed by Denis Villeneuve. He's on my list twice because he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, okay? He's great. He's awesome, and he's cool. This movie is better than the first Blade Runner by fucking infinite, in my opinion. I fucking thought the original was all right, but this one, it takes the original and it has Harrison Ford punch Ryan Gosling in the fucking face. So fuck you. Blade Runner 2049, great movie. I'm so glad we got to see it in theaters because we were like on the end half of it being in theaters. It was me, Wenzel, and someone that shall not be named, and we just like I remember walking out of that theater thinking like, oh, I had the same feeling after I finished Interstellar that I had here. It was a feeling of like this is a tastemaker. We're changing brain parts. And that's exactly what happened. Ryan Gosling is phenomenal in this movie. Dave Bautista is amazing in this movie, even though he's in it for like 3 minutes. Oh my god, Dave Bautista is a great actor. I just watched A Knock at the Cabin recently. He's really good.
He's very good.
Everything about this movie is made for my taste, specifically from the actor choices to the concepts. Specifically, the concept that like had me like, wow, that's pretty crazy. But a lot of people meme on is the sex with joy moment where Kay hires a sex worker to
basically sync up with
Joy.
With Joy, which Joy is his AI display girlfriend.
Yes.
Or wife.
Played by Anya Taylor. Not Anya Taylor-Joy, god damn it.
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas. Beautiful actress, beautiful man with Ryan Gosling. And fuck,
It
who
will-
is the sex
The
worker?
sex
She's
worker
also
is she's she was in San Junipero and Black Mirror.
she's great.
Hold on. God, I can never remember her name. Give me just a second, please, for the love of God.
She's been in a lot of stuff. She's got a very
No,
recognizable
she was
face.
literally in Terminator, the new Terminator.
Yes, yes, she's super tall.
Oh, Mackenzie Davis.
Yes, yeah, she's great. Fucking love that movie. Blade Runner 2049 is an all-timer classic. I've always thought, ever since I saw it in 2017, I'm thinking it's gonna be really fucking hard to find something that I enjoy more than this movie. And I've only seen it twice. But yeah,
Man,
that's my number one.
I still think about it to this fucking day.
Amen.
And I don't blame you, because like movies that are like the best when you watch it and you just feel like a fucking baby, just seeing something new for the first time, whether it literally be the visuals or just the storytelling or performances, it's just a unique experience and a special experience when you get a movie like that. And Blade Runner 2049 is definitely one of those movies for me as well. It was so weird too, because like 2017, I hadn't even thought about fucking Blade Runner until we saw just all these reviews talking about how good it was. And do we see this on Movie Pass?
No, I think we went and actually paid for it. I remember the
Okay.
day we went and ate at a local Mexican restaurant with Tanner, and we invited Tanner. He's like, and he did his own thing, which he missed out because it was a fucking phenomenal experience.
We did end up watching it together eventually. Just I didn't
Yes,
see it
yeah.
in theaters.
So but yeah, I guess we just saw a bunch of reviews, I remember. And I was like, well, fuck, I guess we gotta go see it because we hear it's great. And I just remember watching the first movie and it's like, okay, I guess I'm ready. Go watch it, come out completely just like, holy fucking shit. Like it was just so I love that too. Like literally on kind of on a whim, kind of.
Yeah, it really was. Like I remember watching the first Blade Runner in preparation and thinking this was not my cup of tea, really. Even though I think Blade Runner 1 is visually a beautiful movie, I just thought it was kind of boring and slow. Which
Yeah.
is a lot of people's complaint about 2049, which I do not
I
agree
don't
with.
agree. Just because like the first movie, the soliloquy at the very end is the best moment out of the whole fucking movie. The soliloquy.
Yes.
Like that,
Yes.
that is so iconic. But then with this film, 2049, I mean literally from start to finish, everything is just like, oh
He did not want to hear us talk about that.
fuck.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry, Tanner. But anyway, we're gonna keep talking. We're
Yeah,
still
so
recording.
I guess I'll keep talking. Tanner.
Tanner, you here?
Yeah, my connection went funky for a second. We're good.
Okay. Anyway, God, where's my train of thought? Everything from start to finish is just like gorgeous, purposeful, just absolutely just breathtaking. I that's yeah. I obviously I agree with this number one pick.
And I'm still waiting on the sequel. I need more Blade Runner. I need more Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner specifically.
I will say too, this also cemented the fact, like, because I had never really paid attention to any Ryan Gosling films. This was just like, oh well, Ryan Gosling's a good actor, and I need to watch more.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite actor of all time. He's just super fucking phenomenal in all plays. Beyond the Pines, Drive,
Barbie.
anything. Barbie,
Barbie.
yes. He's a fucking great actor, and fuck. You should just see this movie. Just go see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
High recommendation from the Tan Man as well. All right. My number one. Again, chronological. So is this my true number one essential? But no, probably not. That changes on an hourly basis almost. But my number one, I have a little movie from 2019, Homecoming, a film by Beyonce. I think it is the greatest concert film of all time. I think it is a fantastic documentary with a level of access that we typically do not get with artists. And it just the insight of what it has. Also, just banger after banger after banger after banger after banger is I mean, it's 2.5 hours of just pure adrenaline. It's such a high energy performance. The band that she has, which she got all from HBCUs, the dancers, I mean, the Destiny's Child reunion, Jay-Z came on the stage, her and Solange did a song. It is perfect. Like, even I think, I mean, obviously if you're a fan of Beyonce, I think you're gonna enjoy it a little bit more. But God, it's so good.
That is a strange choice.
Again, you have to remember it is not it's chronological. So it's the newest movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's right. That's fair.
I
Chronological.
mean, I've never seen it, and I can't judge you on it. So
Like, as far as concert films go, I mean, I think as far as films go, it's one of my favorite movies of 2019 because it is part documentary as well. We just get a level of insight and access into like the mind of like the world's most like forefront entertainers and like her process, and it's actually fucking insane of like the level of work and detail that she put into the show, because it's filmed over 2 Coachella weekends. She was originally supposed to do the show in 2017, but she got pregnant, so she couldn't perform in 2017. So it also like follows her journey of like Beyonce thinking she's too big to perform, so her like dieting and trying to get back into like good shape, and it kind of like follows that, as well as like the recruitment process for each individual band member. Like, she chose every person as her backup singers, dancers, band members herself. Like she was on the committee for all of them. And just like the flow of the show, like I've never even been to like a live show where it's all high all the time. Like, mostly you kind of want to do all your highs and then like dip down to something a little slower and then ramp back up. She never ramps back up. She's just constantly ramping. It's honestly a feat. And again, the fact that it's nearly 2.5 hours long is insane to think about. I couldn't imagine being at this show live. I feel like it would have been a life-changing experience.
wow, okay, hell yeah. What's your favorite Beyonce song?
Ooh, man.
Colt, I know you probably have an answer, so you can go to answer.
Yeah, that one.
Man, like my singular favorite Beyonce song.
Is the in the box to the left one? Is that Beyonce?
Yeah, that's Beyonce.
That's probably that one. I really like that one.
Okay.
I mean, I think I'm gonna go with "Drunken Love." I think it is truly.
I don't listen to much Beyonce, so I couldn't tell you.
A timeless classic. But yeah,
Okay,
I'd
okay.
probably go "Drunken Love."
All right. Well, any final thoughts on your movies?
Colt, your list really surprised me. Besides your top 2, but
What was surprising?
I don't know. I guess I didn't realize you were as high on some of those movies as I thought you were. Like,
Every single movie that I listed is 5 stars.
oh yeah, but you have a lot of 5-star movies. I mean,
not really. Looking through, like I was like, damn, I don't have as many 5 stars as I thought I did.
I didn't realize. I knew you loved The Northman. I didn't realize you were that high on it.
Oh yeah. Sounds like you didn't listen to the podcast.
I did, actually.
Oh, we did do an episode about the Northmen.
And then I'm honestly surprised you have 2 Ava movies on there. I thought you would have picked one of them, but not
No,
both.
they're both fucking phenomenal movies.
No, I completely agree. Like, both were on my short list. Yeah. Anything about my list surprising?
Everything. I was very surprised.
I'd never know your taste because you're a fucking wild card. You'll love something and then you'll hate something, and it's very strange and hard
Hell
to
yeah.
tell what you like.
Well, you just wait till my albums, baby.
Oh
God damn. Okay. Yeah. So quick reiteration. By the way, I'll go through these really fast. this is Tanner's top 10, starting from 10, going down to 1. White Christmas, My Neighbor Totoro, Jackass 2, Ratatouille, Iron Man, Francis Ha, Pain and Gain, Chef, Lady Bird, and number 1, Homecoming by Beyonce. Then Colt's top 10, 10 to 1, Ghost in the Shell 2, Innocence, Encendi, The Northman, Hereditary, Come and See, Neon Genesis Evangelion, The End of Evangelion, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0. I'm not saying the full fucking name. Thrice Upon a Time. I did it. Never mind. Mad Max Fury Road, Interstellar, and number 1, Blade Runner 2049.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think both great lists.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say you guys have bad lists. I mean, these are great lists. These are all movies I either need to see or I love. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
all right,
You think we
when's-
should
wanna-
take a break real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's take a break.
All right, and we'll be right back with our albums.
Colt tried to do a little bit before getting back on here, and it didn't work. Little fucker.
What are you talking about?
Sure.
No one
know
will
what you did.
believe you.
What a fucking crazy ass thing. No one will believe you.
Do. Okay, that kind of caught
Okay.
me off guard. Oh no!
What?
I just got the saddest news.
what?
Che-
No!
Jesus, Colt just saw it too.
What?
James, the Doge meme dog, has sadly passed away.
No.
No! No, Colt, your reaction. Jeez, I'm not laughing at the news. I'm just.
No, I was.
I thought it was like a world event. Like,
Oh, hold on. I got a X correction. Cheems is not the same Shiba Inu from the Doge meme. His name was Ball, while the real one, Kabosu, is still alive and subsequently depicted on the Doge coin.
Oh, so it's just some random dog.
No,
that's-
Cheems is a Doge meme. It's just a different one. It's the one that's like slumped and he's sitting and he looks all sad.
how did
Yeah.
you get that at the same time?
Cody sent it in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, what fucking world do y'all have? What app do y'all have where you just get notified about dog death? Jesus. Yeah, no, Colt reacted like I was like, oh shit. Like, is this like a like a world event? Do we need to stop?
I don't know. This is kind of a world event. We might have to stop the podcast.
Oh
for a
my
little bit.
god. that was like the most emotion I've heard out of Colt in years.
I'm emailing some grief counselors right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, obviously.
I was going
Um,
for Woody, and the Toy Story was like, no.
Yeah, no, it didn't come across as that. It came across as if you just read that like
The worst news.
California is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
a
Wait. Would we-
fucking Goku blew up half of Australia.
Next part is music albums. So I had these little fuckers pick their top 10 music albums that they consider essential to them. They'll do the same thing from the last one, but they can talk about their favorite songs, or again what how they came across them, this artist or this album, what they love about it, the usual. Now I did receive some complaints beforehand about doing this. So just an FYI, two of the people here are just a bunch of little pussies.
It wasn't a complaint about this one because this one was fun. It's the other one.
You say that, but I kept getting text little messages that said, "Oh my goodness, I only listen to single songs from certain artists, but and they're not from the same album." That
That was talking about the end of the year. This
That's you. That's
this
you.
choice is easier because it's from
But no,
all
but
time.
no, you were saying that beforehand.
I think this one was harder for me than movies because I have never given thought about, oh well, if I could only listen to 10 albums for the rest of my life, what would those 10 albums be?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, I'm just curious. I want to know what are your guys' essential albums?
You're
What
about to-
makes you? Because I honestly couldn't guess. Like that's like for the movie ones, I could guess pretty well, but for this, I have no idea.
Yeah, I've known I think I said it in the chat. I've known Colt literally since Colt was 5 years old. I could not even begin to tell you one album that will be on his list, much less 10.
I maybe I could say 1. I don't even know if that's right.
Yeah.
As for Tanner, I could probably say 1 as well. I could probably say
Yeah,
1.
I think I know one of at least
Yeah,
one
you-
of
I think
Tanner's.
I think
probably
I
know one of them.
I think I at least know 1, but other
Probably
than that, I
2.
don't know. I don't know.
All right, Colt, you
Um,
want to get us into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are in the from least favorite that I fucking hate to I love it at number 1. Just kidding. It's just my least favorite of the, like we said last time. I love all of these. Number 10 is an album that I didn't get into until like a year or two ago, and that is Kid A Amnesia by Radiohead. Came out in 2000. This album is really, really good to me because it's very experimental and it has one of my favorite Radiohead songs on it of all time. Let me find it real quick. I have it saved and it's fucking Everything in Its Right Place. That is my favorite Radiohead song of all time. It's a classic, beautiful song that I cannot get enough of. I just played a tidbit for myself and I was like, ooh, it's so fucking good. This album had a game, not a game, it's like a experience they
yeah.
released back in 2021, I want to say, where they did a collab with Epic Games, the creators of Fortnite, and they did a song that they added a song to Fortnite.
They didn't just create Fortnite.
I know,
No,
but like
I know.
they're
I'm joking.
known.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
And they took this album and they created an experience where you are a first person walking around this environment experiencing everything. It's a album experience. It's really fucking good. I think it should still be on PlayStation. I don't know if it's on PlayStation 4, but it's on PS5. That's where I played it.
Hold on. Completely dropped. Pause.
Uh-oh.
Should I pause it? How do I
What
pause
dropped?
it? I don't know. Tanner just said I could fucking completely dropped. I guess he did drop out? Or his connection? Like he can't hear us right now? Yeah. There we go.
He just completely dropped. But that's fine because we're here still.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
talking.
Sorry about that. Well, hold on, because Tanner probably did not hear anything you said. I think he should hear this. I mean, hell yeah, though. Radiohead. Goddamn.
Tanner?
What? I've been here the whole time.
Oh my goodness. Tanner was playing a game. He's being a silly Billy.
You haven't said anything. You've been sending some very vague messages about how you're feeling kind of weird.
He said that the dollar store Chili's chicken was fucking him up.
Yeah, and then you
Dude,
just
could you imagine if I got food poisoning 2 days in a row?
I think it'd be pretty funny.
God.
Anyways, Radiohead, Kid A Amnesia is there is a game. I looked it up while Tanner was jerking his little feet off. It's called Kid A Amnesia Exhibition. It released in 2021. That was my first experience with this album, and ever since I've just been absolutely in love. I highly recommend Kid A Amnesia because I'm talking about the experience, the exhibition, because it's very artistic, very beautiful, very striking. You should have a headset on or a good earbuds, whatever, to like, fully experience it and immerse yourself. Turn off all the lights and experience that shit. It's a very good experience.
Light some candles, get some lube.
Oh yeah, you know it. There's like
Some
I
wine.
don't do any kind of drugs because there are some demon monsters in it and it will fucking scare you.
No, that's called secret way of saying definitely drop some LSD.
Yeah, do some
What-
LSD and just the big monster demons are real. So have fun.
What if we go and watch it and none of that's in there? So it's like very clear that Colt was
Cold
high.
did drugs. That'd be a great bet.
Hell yeah, though. Would you say that you're a Radiohead?
I'm
Head-
a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the heck doing here? I don't belong here.
Wow. Okay, you can't sing that.
Let's
It didn't
calm down,
sound
Cole.
exactly the same. It didn't sound exactly the same.
Creep
Or
is a good
unless it did. I know I'm a great singer.
Let's calm down. Creep is awesome. Radiohead is awesome. You know, it was so funny because for the longest time, I just didn't listen to Radiohead. Because honestly, it was just one of those bands that you hear about so much, and you kind of like, grow like you being like kind of a teenager. You just want to rebel against what everybody like listens to, even though I guess at the time Radiohead would have been more niche than anything. And now it's like, holy shit, like Radiohead is my shit. So
Yep. Great.
Hell.
Great first choice.
yeah.
I love you, Radiohead.
All right. So as I mentioned in the movie part, that this list is also chronological. We're going to be starting with the oldest, going to the newest.
Do a double feature.
Yeah, do a double feature. I don't know, that could be interesting. Especially with my number 10 pick. So I went a little bit older. Cole, I don't know what the oldest thing on your list is. I would probably venture to say I have some older stuff than you do.
Yeah, because I did not leave the 2000s.
No, okay. Well, yeah, so I definitely have older stuff than you. My first album is from 1972.
Okay.
I expected some applause or something.
Oh wow. Okay. Fucking this generation wanting their trophy. Shit. Oh, I like this old thing, so give me applause.
No,
Eat my ass.
Damn, tear his ass up, Cole. Tear his ass
damn,
up.
spank me.
Yeah, spank him.
Alright.
No, after my battle with Applebee's last night, you don't want anywhere near my ass. Okay.
You still like covered in shit?
Yeah. So 1972's Can't Buy a Thrill by a little American rock band known as Steely Dan. Yeah, I don't know how, because I mean, I know we talked about it with like our music taste. Like we kind of know each other's general music taste, but as far as specific albums and stuff goes, y'all probably don't know mostly what we listen to, because usually when we're in the car together, we typically don't listen to music, we just talk. I know, weird. But yeah, this is Steely Dan's debut album. I think first of all, I think Steely Dan is one of the best bands in American history, period, right there.
Wow, big claim by Tanner.
Yeah, big claim. But the first two fucking songs on the album, side one, song number 1, Do It Again, which is all-timer level banger. I'm sure y'all have both have heard it, even if you didn't know what the song was. I in fact, I would bet that y'all both have heard it. Is great. And then arguably one of the best songs of all time, coming in number 2, we have Dirty Work by Steely Dan. You know, I'm a fool to do your dirty work.
Yo,
yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, but
Stop singing, everybody.
it's fine.
We're talking about music. I can't help
It's
it.
fine. I mean, I know I'm so on key, but as long as I don't sing the whole song, we're good. They're probably like, "Oh my god, Steely Dan's back." But yeah, like an insane 1-2 punch, and especially given that this is on their debut album, is crazy. I just think, especially Do It Again, to me, like nothing says, let's get in the car and let's drive to fucking Buc-ee's. It's 10 o'clock. It's a summer night. We're going to roll down the windows and we're going to do it again. And we spent $40 at Buc-ee's.
Sounds very specific to you.
Yeah, no, it's probably a very Tanner problem.
But hey, I mean, I don't really know much about Steely Dan, but I do like that Dirty Work song.
Yeah, Colt, you would probably dig this whole album. The whole album is great, obviously, but those 2 songs is I really wanted to give a highlight to, because that's just a bang bang. It's like, imagine like going into a boxing match and you get hit with your 2 hardest punches first. Like, imagine.
Oh,
So
I don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you want it here. Like I said,
Okay.
Can't Buy a Thrill, Steely Dan, 1972. And I know I'm not saying like people that listen to Steely, like, this isn't some undercover a band or anything. But yeah, highly recommend.
That's crazy because I've never listened to Steely Dan, so I would have never known. Man, that
I would have
you-
never known that you liked them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's wow. Okay, I'll check. I'll definitely check it out. Definitely check it out.
You ready for my number 9?
Always, baby girl.
My number 9 is made by the famous Imagine Dragons. Just
Oh.
kidding. I hate Imagine
Oh,
Dragons.
God, Cole, I was so scared.
I was actually like, what the fuck's about to happen?
God, that was
No.
terrifying.
No. My number 9 really is Get to Heaven by Everything Everything. Came out in 2015. Every single song on this album, I fucking love. I didn't find this album until probably like I want to say 16, 17. It took a little bit for me to actually find them, but once I did, I love almost everything that they've released since I found
Would you
them.
say you like everything of everything, everything?
Yes.
Whoa.
They're
Whoa.
really fucking good. I'm a big fan of everything, everything. I honestly don't have much to say about it other than I just really like this one.
Do you have like a favorite song, favorite songs on there?
Oh fuck! Yes, I do. Give me a second. Oh my gosh! Everything.
Distant Pass.
Yeah, tell me. Yes, yes. Distant
Yeah.
Past.
Distant Pass.
Distant Past is a great one. Specifics. Spring, Sun, Winter, Dread, Blast Doors. They're all just great. Great songs.
Yeah. I agree with Colt there. Because for I didn't hear about everything until Colt literally heard them. He pointed me to this. Well, he pointed me to Distant Past particularly. But I remember him talking about this album in general. But I will say too, like me personally, when it comes to them, I actually really like their Reanimator album from 2020.
Yes, that's a really good album too.
It's very good. Yeah. I could have probably made a guess about that because I remember you. God, I just remember you talking about them so much.
Yeah, I was listening to him a lot during the time frame that Call of Duty World War II came out. That was like one of my main music people that I would listen to while playing.
Yeah, every time I go, because sometimes I'll occasionally, because Colt has a gigantic, I mean, both of y'all do, but Colt has a huge Spotify, like his liked playlist. And I'll occasionally, like, just if I'm looking for something new, because he has so much on there, I'll be like, I'll check it out. And yeah, with a good choice, Colt.
Yeah,
Yay!
Of course.
All right. My number 9. We're going just a year forward, 1973.
Oh, on yours. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Cole, I'm reading your list. I don't have your list.
Who
I thought you were
really-
going to 2015 to 2016
No.
because that's where we were just at.
Yeah, sorry, but yeah, my list. 1973's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Sir Elton John himself. I mean, this thing is jam loaded. Double LP, fucking 17 songs. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. There is a 30th anniversary deluxe edition that has some like remixes on it, but that's whatever. The main, I mean, just listen to some of the bangers that's on this. You got Candle in the Wind. You got Benny and the Jets. You got Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. You got Sweet Painted Lady. You got Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. I mean, just all that on one album. Are you kidding me? It is insane. Benny and the Jets, one of the best songs of all time. To me, the highlight of this album. But this is nothing but banger, 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 banger. For varying reasons. It's such a genre bending album to begin with, because like Candle in the Wind, Benny and the Jets, not even in the same ballfield of same sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just a fantastic album. Again, I'm not saying anything new here, but like I'm a huge Elton head, and this album is great. The fact that he was able to consistently make fantastic stuff for as long as he did kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, he's a fucking all timer.
Yeah, like literally all timer, like icon in every sense of the word, and like this album to me is his pinnacle. Not pinnacle per se, but it is his true masterpiece. Yeah, I mean, absolutely phenomenal. I've been listening to a lot of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road this year in particular because of the Guardians 3 trailer.
Yeah.
So like
No, that was in the Quantumania.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
sorry,
Quantumania.
Quantumania.
Yeah.
You're right.
Great movie.
From the Quantumania trailer. So I've been listening to that song a lot, and I've already really liked the album, but I've been listening to the album more this year. And like front to back, it is bangers all around. So good.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fricky.
I'm not like this doesn't mean I don't like Elton John. It's just that I haven't listened to like a lot of Elton John. I probably should, change that by doing a deeper dive into his discography. But no, same reason. Like when the Quantumania trailer came out with Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, I've been listening to it like nonstop since then. Like it's so good. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I love Elton John. It's the same situation I have with a lot of artists. It's not necessarily I don't like his albums. It's just I know there's a bunch of singles from a bunch of different albums of his that I really like. So I don't really know albums from him. I just know specific songs.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's kind of, especially like, I mean, even people our age, kind of where they're at on Elton.
Yeah, Crocodile Rock always remains one of my favorite Elton John songs, easily. I know
Good
it's
song.
not on that, but it's a great one.
Yeah, good song.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
All right, moving on to number 8.
Number 8, let's go.
Number 8, another one for me is Sempiternal from Bring Me the Horizon. It came out in 2013. This shit right here is heat and fire and brimstone. Holy shit, I love it. This is one of, in my opinion, Bring Me the Horizon's best album. You know what? It is their best album. I shouldn't say one of. It is their best album. I fucking love it. From Can You Feel My Heart, which is the classic Giga Chad meme. With like the buff dude, and he looks like a Giga Chad. That's the whole thing. You got House of Wolves, Sleepwalking, Shadow Moses, Deathbeds, Go to Hell for heaven's sake. It's all great. That's a song, by the way. It's just a fucking phenomenal album through and through. I fucking love it. I love almost all of Bring Me Horizon's work. Not a fan of their poppy stuff. Their recent poppy stuff is not great. But that being said, I do love their horror album they released a few years ago. That shit is nothing but bangers as well. I actually was really hard trying to choose between that and this, but I ended up with Sempiternal because Sempiternal is just fucking phenomenal. And plus, I have a song called Shadow Moses, which is fucking. I think it's related to the Metal Gear games because there's a fucking Shadow Moses Islands, so maybe they're related. I don't know.
I mean, could be, but I mean, you wouldn't be far off because so that one album Colt's talking about is from a few years ago is Post-Human Survival Horror. It's from 2020 during the pandemic. Which that was actually my first foray into Bring Me the Horizon. I just don't listen to them much. But I mean that whole album is like mostly just about video games or references to video games.
Yeah.
And it makes sense for Ollie Skies.
Yeah.
For
Ollie Sykes, I think. I know his name's Ollie.
Sykes, my bad. Sykes, yeah. Yeah, I mean that wouldn't be too far off if that's what it's based off of, because I mean, hell, he has literally a song on this album called Ludens, which is a reference to Death Stranding and just Kojima's production.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he did hire him to make that song.
He did hire him, and he visited Kojima Productions. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't be too far off, So hell yeah. I need to listen to more Bring Me the Horizon, so that'll definitely be on my radar. Now we should say I am everybody here who is whatever albums people say that I haven't heard, I am writing them down so that I can listen to them myself, so I can know more what you guys are feeling and talking about. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are gonna say.
I highly recommend watching the music video for Sleepwalking because it is fucking disorienting as hell, but it's really awesome. It's like a camera but it's really fucking cool.
Okay.
Hell
and then this album was definitely a surprise. So
Amen.
All right, here we go. So when I say what's been our favorite decade we've been alive, what would y'all say?
2010s.
1980s, exactly. So this is a little album.
1980s.
There we go, Wenzel. Yeah, you're there. A little unknown album came out in 1984. Called Purple Rain by
Oh yeah.
the icon known as Prince. I mean, God, what can I say? I mean, first of all, the movie, which we're not even going to talk about here, but the movie is incredible in its own way, especially if you're like watching it and having a good time with your friends. Phenomenal. But the album itself is absolutely bonkerific. So the original album is 9 songs, not very long at all. But I really want to. I mean, side 1 has "Let's Go Crazy" and "Darling Nikki," which are both fantastic songs in their own right. But side 2 has 4 songs: "When Doves Cry," "I Would Die for You," "Baby I'm a Star," and "Purple Rain." Tell me an album in the last 40 fucking years that has bang, 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 4 punches like that. I mean, that's an insane run. And this is like the true Purple Rain experience, is the almost 9-minute version. As you know, there's a tons of he never played the song the same twice, it feels like. So there's a million versions of Purple Rain, but this version is absolutely fucking incredible. It rips. "I Would Die for You" is so fucking good. "When Doves Cry" again is a classic. "Baby I'm a Star" again, classic. I mean, the whole album is just like quintessential. Like, you have to listen to it in your lifetime. Like, I feel like I can't imagine a world where you go Princeless. Like, it doesn't even feel logical to me. But this whole album front to back is incredible. And again, like with the movie and the way the movie is, like it also like helps a little bit with the album, but the album is fucking phenomenal. And the live versions of like all these songs, like whip ass. Yeah. That's
Hell yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, I could have made a. I completely forgot
Yeah.
how much we love Prince. So this actually would have been my second guess for what would have been on your list, Tanner.
Yeah, this was
I
already
think
one
my
of them.
first guess is coming up in here in a couple. So
Oh yeah, I know. One of them
I-
is like such a gimme. I'm like, yeah, that's Tanner's putting that on there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hell yeah. Really enjoy Prince. Honestly, I didn't really get into Prince until you, Tanner. Should mention that.
Wow.
Yeah, because once you started talking about Prince, and then around the time I think Prince died, I was like, okay, I gotta check out Purple Rain, and I did, and wow, great.
Hell yeah. I
Hell
also
yeah.
want to correct myself. It's not Sleepwalking, it's Shadow Moses.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's straight up okay.
Shadow
Moses.
Moses is it's one of my favorite music videos because it's super unique and just really cool.
Also, I would like to mention too, Kid A Nisha has like 34 songs on it. But
Holy fuck.
It's a fucking experience.
I don't know if we ever said that. um, so yeah, 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
Purple Rain.
it's a combination of like 2 albums and then a third.
Yeah.
Well, Purple Rain is 9 songs.
Yeah.
Too
I will say that
long.
movie was fucking horny as hell and funny. It was a funny
Oh,
It
yeah.
was so
One of the
funny.
horniest movies of the 80s, which is an insane statement already, but yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that time he pushed that woman into the water and he's like, take your clothes off. And he pushes her in the water and he just fucking rips ass away.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
just gets on his motorcycle. Yeah. God, that movie's so good.
It's so funny. Just so crazy.
Prince,
He
you
was,
wild.
he was a quirky little guy.
Quirked up. Yeah.
All right. You ready for 7?
Yeah.
Let's go. 7.
7 Heaven. The dad in that was a pedophile. All right. Next up is New Flesh by Priest. Came out in
How the fuck are we supposed to
2017.
move from that? What you?
What? He was. He was.
I know. It's just goddamn. Sorry.
New Flesh by Priest came out in 2017. I fucking love this album. Wenzel knows I love it because He loves it too, I assume, because we listened to it a lot when it came out.
Yeah.
And it's such a fucking good album, from History in the Black to The Cross to The Pit to Vaudeville to Virus. Oh my god, it's such a great album. I want to sing some of it, but I can't.
Give
Super
us
good.
5 seconds.
To be fair, they're kind of a small artist, so
Yeah, they're small artists. I believe they're ex-members of Ghost, I feel like.
there's like I don't know if it's been proven or just or
Or it's just a
debunked, but
rumor.
it's kind of like floating, or it's been floating around that they're like ex-members of Ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucking really good, and I don't 5 seconds, Terrence. You're not worth it.
Oh
Wow.
Just kidding.
Yeah, no, because this is 2017. The podcast had just started. We were doing our first award show where we had songs on it, and one of the songs on there was, or two of the songs actually might have been Vaudeville and History in Black. On there, those were Colt's recommendations. When I heard those, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like literally, like when you hear, just like how you watch a movie for the first time and you're like a baby. It was like for me, for this, it was like I felt like a baby. Like I was hearing something new and fresh, or like to my little brain, and that just completely captivated me. Um, I mean, like I even bought a vinyl record of it because I love the album so much. I mean, it's one of the albums that I can listen to like front to back without like really skipping anything.
Oh yeah, I'm the
Um,
same way.
It's fantastic. It's a great like 36 minutes of like goth synth, basically.
Yeah. It's fucking really good.
Really
Hell
good.
Yeah. Well, I will say genre wise, mine is nowhere close.
Oh shit.
The year is 1991. And you just took a nice hot shower. You just had a fresh shave. Put on, a button up shirt, tuck it into some jeans, put on a huge belt buckle, throw on a hat. And all of a sudden you feel like a brand new man. And that brings me to the album Brand New Man by Brooks and Dunn.
Oh god.
Brooks and Dunn's debut studio album. It is country, but it's very much country pop. Brooks and Dunn. This album, I will say, this probably, first of all, it has songs on it such as Brand New Man, obviously, Lost and Found, My Next Broken Heart. Also has a classic and Boot Scootin' Boogie, which I reference almost daily. But this song, to me, has maybe one of the 5 best songs of all time on it.
What the fuck?
And that is Neon Moon.
Oh god.
I think Neon Moon is truly, truly a masterpiece. I don't even think you have to like country music to at least like Neon Moon. And I mean, I'm not the biggest country fan. But this album is incredible. 32 minutes, 10 songs, like not a ton of your time. But Neon Moon, they did a version a couple of years ago for their album Reboot, where they did like new versions of their songs. They did a completely different genre version of it with Casey Musgraves that is also incredible in its own way. But the original is a little more upbeat, but still, like, listening to the lyrics, it is like this heartbreaking, devastating song, which again, with some of the bigger songs on this album, such as Brand New Man and Boot Scootin' Boogie, it just is a totally different vibe. But yeah, I adore this album, and like I really didn't start getting into older country until Riley and I got together, because like she is into like older country music as well. So like when I like hear any of these songs, I think to like the beginning of our relationship. So it also kind of has like that nostalgia feeling for me. But yeah, Neon Moon is a absolute, like literally maybe one of my 5 favorite songs ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every time you say Neon Moon, I always think you're gonna say Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Brand New Man, Brooks and Dunn, 1.0 plus 3.0, Thrice Upon a Time, Boot Scootin' Boogie Edition.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, or I don't know what to say because
I know y'all don't listen to country music
we
at
don't
all.
we don't listen to country. You say at all? I would say not as much. Because there was a development earlier this year, for me in terms of country. I'll just say that. So yeah, we've all three of us have grown up in the South, so like that was just it's so funny because like that is something that's just not hit us like it has most of the people down here. And I say I'm surprised too. Like and nothing wrong with that. If you like it, you like it. But yeah, it's just wow. Okay.
Yeah, I knew Tanner would have probably something country on it. I don't like these songs. I'm not a big fan of any of it. But you know what? You love it.
Cole,
Good.
imagine this. Picture yourself this. Out in the country, past the city limit sign, there's a honky tonk near the county line.
You're not selling shit.
The joint starts juking, and it's hotter than the 4th of July.
Have you listened to any Brooks and Dunn, Colt?
Yes, I've lived in Brookwood, or what? I've lived here all my life. Yes.
So could you
Cole,
name
what's your
some songs?
address?
So could you name some songs off the top of your head?
Fucking
Colt has heard. I guarantee you, every sock hop Colt had in elementary school, they played fucking Boot Scootin' Boogie.
100%. Yes.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I'll definitely give it a listen to see what you're going on about, Tanner.
If you're going into this and you're not huge on country, just listen to Neon Moon. Like honestly, like I don't think any of the other songs are going to sell you. Maybe Brand New Man. Brand New Man is really good. It is a lot more upbeat. It's really a pop song just behind the sultry tones of one Brooks and Dunn. But yeah, Neon Moon I think is the song that can kind of like break that barrier for you and be like, oh, I'm not like a huge fan of the genre per se, but like this is objectively like a great song.
Okay. I mean,
also the Casey Musgraves version is because it's Brooks and Dunn and Casey Musgraves.
Well, now you've shared that one before.
Yeah,
I've heard that one.
It's good. Also, seeing Brooks and Dunn live is incredible. They're still a phenomenal live act over 30 years later. So if you have the chance to see them while they're still touring, you need to do so. My dream is to go see because Reba did a show with them, Reba McEntire, and Brooks and Dunn had like a little Vegas residency a couple years ago, and I'm really hoping they get another one, and I would love to fly out to Vegas to see both of them together live doing that.
Okay. Well, more power to you. I hope that yeah.
You got outlaws, in-laws, crooks, and straights.
Okay.
He's just saying stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Next.
Number 6. This is an album that I've talked about on this show before. It is Details by Frou Frou. Came out in 2002. It's a small band made up of Imogen Heap and Guy Sigsworth. I've went to in-depth on one of our album episodes. I can't remember exactly.
It was probably the first one, I want to say.
But I fucking love this album. Imogen Heap has a beautiful voice. She's super artistic, insanely talented, just all around like a super interesting person. But this album is fucking peak early 2000s. When you think early 2000s, you think when you hear this, you'll think, yeah, that's early 2000s as fuck. It is very much so from its time, but it's really fucking good. I love every single song on it. Like I said in the episode, But to give specifics of ones I like, Let Go is great. Psychobabble great. Hear Me Out's great. There's just too many great songs on it for me to say. Like, if you don't know who Imogen Heap is, you'll know her from the What You Say. Yeah, that song.
Man.
She made the original for that song, and that song is great. And like it's just she's great. I love Frou Frou.
Yeah, we
Hell yeah.
we listened to that, and that was my first introduction to Imogen.
Something like that.
I keep want to see Imogen Heap.
I always read it in my head as Emogen, and I know that's not correct.
No, that is not.
I think it is Imogen Heap, and Cole had us listen to this Frou Frou, me, JoJo, and Pat, and it was really good. It was phenomenal. Very fun album. 2000 sounds all the way. And she's just a great artist. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm also kind of in the early 2000s here with my next pick.
About time.
This is probably, I would say, the album y'all could probably both guess. It's from 2005, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out by one Panic at the Disco.
Yup.
Fuck. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I could have guessed 4 albums.
I will say this is their first album. This is like Ryan Ross, like is before Brendan completely ruined the direction of the whole band. But yeah. God. So I guess for a little bit of context, because I also have a huge nostalgia feeling for this. So my sister is 9 years older than me. So when this album came out in 2005, I was 9, almost 10, but she was 18, almost 19. So she was like out, just graduated high school. And I remember like, because in our house on Saturday mornings, she would typically throw up like the MTV like music video countdown, whatever. And I remember seeing the music video for I Write Sins Not Tragedies and being like, if they can say GD in songs. This is 9-year-old, Tanner thinking. I'm like, oh my God, this has flipped my life upside down. And when she would drive me to school, we would listen to this album. So I have like this huge nostalgia feeling for this album anyways, but this album is full of nothing but bangers. Again, this is 2005, so some of these names for the songs are a little long, such as There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered, Honey, You Just Haven't Thought of It Yet, or Lying is the Most Fun a Girl Can Have Without Taking Her Clothes Off, or The Only Difference Between Martyrdom and Suicide is Press Coverage. So they are quite long. Some of them. But then also you have I Write Sins Not Tragedies, But It's Better Than You Do, Camisado, or Time to Dance. I mean, the whole album to me is phenomenal, front to back. It's 40 minutes. I always say, build God, then we'll talk. Which is the final song on the album. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, high energy, some great songs that I still like on a daily basis. Like a song from this album will pop into my head, or I start whistling or something. Yeah, it's a phenomenal album. I couldn't imagine like my music taste in general without this album. So.
Yeah, when I think Tanner, I think this album.
Yeah, same. God, we would always almost every time, or always, I Write Sins Not Tragedies would be on the playlist or playing. I mean, I haven't listened to the full album. I've just listened to that song. But
listen to the full album, because that song's probably not even top 3 on that album.
I definitely need to, because I never realized that. I've listened to the later stuff fully, like Too Weird to Live, Too Young to Die, Death of a Bachelor, and the one
Vices and Virtues almost made it on this list. I will say it's not on this list. Their 2011 album is not on this list, but almost made this list.
And I've listened to Pray for the Wicked fully. God.
But that's not even like the same era. Like Death of a Bachelor on, it's solely like Brendan's solo project. Ryan hasn't been involved in over a decade with Panic. So Panic at the Disco now is solely Brendan Urie.
I don't even. Is he? Can he even, or is he gonna do stuff anymore? Especially after when it happened.
I don't ask me. I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I don't know him.
I haven't talked to him.
But yeah, like I know there was like the falling out between the rest of the band and Ryan after Pretty Odd came out, which a ton of people have a ton of different feelings about Pretty Odd. I like Pretty Odd. I think it's a lot of fun. And then like, you know, Panic went on like a hiatus after Vices and Virtues and kind of came back in like 2014-ish. So they went on a few years, and now it's kind of like a Tame Impala situation where Panic at the Disco is just a guy now.
Yeah. I do enjoy how like it wasn't just Panic. I think it was like also Fall Out Boy and others. That early like 2000s kind of alternative kind of punk scene where all their titles, their songs were fucking long.
Yeah,
like,
and and they were all like part of like the Fueled by Ramen like label, and you had like Fall Out Boy and Cobra Starship and Panic at the Disco, and they all like always had like a lot of in jokes with each other. Like when Fall Out Boy actually came back from their hiatus is when Panic came back from their hiatus. They actually did a really fun series of videos where Fall Out Boy announced their tour and Panic was touring alongside them, and also a very early into the career 21 Pilots was touring with them as well. And I actually got to go see one of those shows, and to this day, still one of like my favorite concerts I've ever been to. But yeah, like that whole like, and I wouldn't even like have been aware of all that stuff happening without my sister. She definitely like between the ages like 10 and 13 really shaped my musical taste quite a bit, I will say. But yeah, that album in particular I think is phenomenal front to back. And, and it's also crazy to think they're like 18 recording that album. I think Brendan Urie had like, and Ryan, I think, had like just graduated high school.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. And when I see like, and I imagine them from the music videos in my head, I see like people older than me now.
Still. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're like, I know for like Brendan, I know was, like I said, probably maybe 17 or 18. God, I'm trying to look it up. I should have wrote this in my notes. Yeah, so Ryan was 19 when this album came out, who sings the vocals for most of these songs. And Brendan was 18.
God.
And then Spencer, who's like the band member you never really hear about, he was also 18. So yeah, literal teenagers.
Man.
That's a good choice. I fucking love that album. It's good.
Yeah, so right here it says on January 24th, 2023, Urie announced that he would be discontinuing Panic at the Disco in order to put focus on his family and friends following the announcement that he and his wife would be having a child soon. But then there's also like controversial stuff.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of stuff like with him too, like just kind of being a creep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, good music.
Yeah, Disco used to be fucking phenomenal. Okay, it used to be good.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You ready to move on?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Okay.
Awkward silence.
I mean, shit. I thought you were directing us, Wenzel. Shit, damn,
bro.
Fuck. Anyways, number 5 for me is an album. Like when I think of high school, this is what I think of. This is an album that I listened to with Wenzel constantly. It was my senior year album. It's pretty much Humans by Gorillaz. This is my favorite Gorillaz album. 2017, the year we graduated.
Yep.
Fucking love this album. I'll give you some favorites from it. Got Ascension featuring Vince Staples. We got Moments featuring De La Soul. We got Charge featuring Grace Jones. You got She's My Caller featuring Kali Uchis. And many, many more. We got The Power. That's another great one. It's just a fucking phenomenal album that I absolutely love. And I'm kind of sad that I associate it with high school because there's there's songs on this album that I just can't really listen to that much anymore because I get reminded of high school and how much I fucking hated my school career. I hated school. I never liked school. It's just been a stressful reality for me. But this
Yeah.
album though is really fucking good. I fucking love Humans with all my heart. I love Gorillaz. Gorillaz is probably my favorite band of all time. Just a fucking phenomenal return after what 6 years after fucking
Plastic
7
Beach.
years. Plastic Beach came out in 2010. It was 7 years since Plastic Beach. So they were gone for a while. So I'm glad they returned with such a great album.
Hell yeah.
I would say too. This actually album came out after we graduated. I think, right?
No,
Or
we
right
were still
before?
in. Yeah.
Well, remember they were releasing singles.
Yeah, there was. I know. I remember that.
Like,
So this
yeah.
album released April 28th. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
were
were
still
there.
in for like there was like 2 weeks left, I think,
2
of
weeks.
high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, they released a ton of singles, and this is like one of the first things we talked about on the podcast,
Yep.
I believe.
Yeah, because I feel like you mentioned this album. I feel like this album really defines like our friendship that year in 2017. I feel like every time we got in a car, we listened to at least a song, if not just turned on this album.
Yeah,
It's fucking phenomenal song. You're now tuned album. You're now tuned into the Tomb of Jehovah. Every time I hear that, I get fucking hype as shit. That song is
Yep.
great. Ascension. It's a great song.
great
Super
song.
fucking good.
Yeah, no, god damn, just a killer album in general, and like it's especially with the deluxe, like it becomes like it already is a double album, but with the deluxe it gets more, and I really like the deluxe songs on it too.
Yeah, the deluxe songs are really fucking good too.
Yeah, god.
And
It's
then their
been
newer albums are good as well. Say, I know I'm not huge on Song Machine because there's not many songs on there that I really like.
see, man, that because Song Machine, in my opinion, is so much better than Humans.
Because they're like the first few songs that they were drip feeding us, I really liked. But then, like, when the album actually came out, the songs that they didn't drip feed, I did not care for.
And see that because like whenever I look back on Humans, you know, I still think it's a great album, but like comparatively, I'm like there's just stuff I still like well, now that I look at some of the songs, I'm like, okay, I kind of skip these because I don't really care for these. But Song Machine, I can listen to from front to back. Like it is amazing. Everything about it. But I'm not talking about Song Machine. We're talking about Humans, and Humans is a good album.
Yeah, fantastic album. Cole, I agree with you. I think it's my favorite Gorillaz album as well.
It's probably like, and it's so like symbolic too of like us leaving high school, but then this band making a comeback after so long. Like, holy shit, man.
Well, and
Yeah.
also too, like, you know, we started the podcast 3 days after this album came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
we
the
did.
birth of AYCH was May 1st, 2017. So like I associate that album a lot with the, like Colt said, the podcast as well. Again, it probably, if we didn't talk about it on episode 1, we definitely talked about it on episode 2.
Yeah.
And I know we would have talked about it on the year-end awards that year as well.
Yes,
but
we did for sure.
yeah, it's just such a cool moment in time, like y'all getting out of high school and like we just us starting like this new creative venture together. Like I have a special place in my heart for that album.
It really is a great album. I love it. Gorillaz, Devin Albarn, can you do me a favor and don't get too poppy, please? I'm not a big fan of the poppier songs.
Do Song Machine season 2. I'd love that because Song Machine was good.
Do
Colt?
Feel Good Ain't 2.
Oh,
That's a great song though. The first one's great. I just wouldn't do a sequel.
Yeah, do a sequel. I think actually do a sequel to every song.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ, no.
and it's just the song over again, but like 10 more seconds of interlude.
Cracker
All right.
Island was okay.
I like
Cra-
Cracker
I like
Island.
Cracker Island.
It was okay. The
All right.
song's good.
Are we ready for my number 5?
Yes.
This is probably the album y'all are also thinking of. It's from 2006.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it! Maybe I could have guessed a lot of albums.
Every time I read just the title and I think about this album, I feel GLAMOROUS, and I'm of course talking about the 2006 album, The Duchess, by the one, the only Fergie.
Yep.
Obviously, we did a whole fucking episode on this album, so I'll keep it brief because I've said every piece I've ever have wanted to say about this album. But it's it's nothing but bangers. It's nothing but bangers.
It's good. I will say that. It is
Fergalicious, all timer, clumsy. You got me tripping.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. How come every time I come around, my London Bridge want to fall down? I don't know, Fergie. You tell me.
Lundy.
Glamorous, featuring Luda. You know, 500,000 butter scones. Take a trip from here to Rome. And if you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. I mean, what the fuck? Yeah, I fucking love this album.
It's really good.
It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Glamorous and Fergalicious in particular are like two of my favorite pop songs ever. So I have a real special place in my heart for the Duchess. It's not just a bit. I mean, I genuinely love this album. Actually, by the time you're listening to it, I guess the episode we would have done on it would have just became 5 years old.
Jesus Christ. And when did we do that for like the 10th?
The 12th.
12th. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anniversary. Because it came out in 06. So yeah, we did it in 2018 and it was in September. So yeah, but when this episode comes out, that episode will be 5 years old.
That's demented. Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually kind of just made myself a little sick. Okay. But yeah, the Duchess, Fergie, y'all should have seen it coming.
Hey man, yeah, it's good. It's good. Still no transition. All right.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I thought it's all right.
Wenzel's a punk hater.
No, I don't. I know we had. I think we had to listen to it for that.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
literally
did.
sat at my kitchen table and listened to it before we did the podcast.
I think I thought it was all right. I don't know. It's been a long time. I'm not super big on Fergie.
Tanner, you should piss yourself in Celebration.
I kind of did that the opposite way last night.
Yeah, but you got to be like your role model, Fergie.
Yeah, Ferg, what's up, baby? Man,
Oh,
iconic.
man, I love Fast and the Furious too. Just kidding, I hate it. Up next, number 4. This is This is a childhood album. Like when I think childhood music, I think this band. This band is very ingrained into my childhood, be it in movies, or Cody playing them constantly because Cody really enjoyed them too. But I think I enjoy them more. I fucking love them. It's Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. It came out in 2000. This album, oh my god. Hybrid Theory is like peak Linkin Park, in my opinion. I'm going to give you some names. We have In the End. We have Crawling. We got fucking One Step Closer to the Edge. I'm About to Break. It's so fucking good. I fucking love Hybrid Theory. It is the edgiest you can be. I don't give a shit. I love it so much. Patrick, our friend on the podcast, would probably agree that Hybrid Theory is fucking awesome. I love
A
Linkin
lot of
Park.
people part of the podcast would agree.
Yeah.
Right? Because like this is like kind of new metal-ish. New metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say everybody at least probably likes this album in
Yeah.
our general circle.
Which, to be fair, it's a good album.
Good album.
A lot of good songs. I haven't listened to it fully, but every song that like you mentioned on here and others I've listened to off this album. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I fucking love it so much, and super sad Fucking Chester. He is a one of a kind voice. Don't get me wrong. Mike Shinoda is really talented.
Chester, man.
Chester, man, the combination of them working together created some of my favorite music. I fucking love Linkin Park. Fucking created Transformers 1 music. Excuse me? Just that one song, but still, that song is really good.
Hey, Michael Bay knew what was up. At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
What I've done is made Transformers, and it's not that good apparently, but in my 7-year-old or 8-year-old head, when I enjoyed it. What I've done is what the song was, wasn't it?
What?
The song for Transformers, was it called What I've Done?
Ugh.
Yes, it is. I'm listening to it right now. Yes.
Okay.
Great song, great band. I love you, Linkin Park. Chester Bennington, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
All right. Are y'all ready? This might be the album y'all were thinking of.
Also, we're like, I know we probably said it, but we're like in the final like 4, 5.
Yeah, this is my 4.
Yeah, 4.
So, from 2007, we have a little album, Infinity on High, from your boys of the Fallout.
Man, maybe I could have
Yeah.
guessed your entire fucking list.
I
Because
don't think you're going to be able to guess my final 3.
I think I could. Because I'm like, what the fuck?
Message them to me. I don't think you'll be able to. But anyways, Infinity on High, kind of the same story as A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, just a couple years later, obviously. I mean, God, what? I mean, you have This Ain't a Scene. It's an arms race. Hum Hallelujah. Thanks for the Memories. Carpal Tunnel of Love, which, if you remember, the music video for it was Happy Tree Friends. Bang the Doldrums. You're Crashing, but you're No Wave. I mean, come on.
Thanks for
I'm
the
like-
Memories. It still stands as my favorite Fallout Boy song.
Yeah, Thanks for the Memories is still fucking Wenzel, you're wrong. It's still
Way, no way. You're fucking
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah,
you're
you're wrong.
lying.
No, you're wrong.
No, fuck you.
My personal, and I know we talked about the long names earlier, so I will say song number 4 on this album is I'm Like a Lawyer with the Way I'm Always Trying to Get You Off.
That's funny.
Parentheses, me and you. But yeah, this album's great. Fucking Jay-Z is on the album. Kim Kardashian is in the Thanks for the Memories music video because she, at the time, she was dating Pete Wentz. So like weirdly stacked album, like, and then the rest is all like Fall Out Boy, but I mean, it's great. Like a top tier Fall Out Boy to me is Infinity on High. Like I think this, I mean, their first couple of albums are all really, really great, and I probably could have had like the album before this that I'm blanking on, the
From
tree
Under the
one.
Cork Tree.
Yeah, From Under the Cork Tree. I could have had that on here probably and felt the same way, but this one edges it out just because it has a better banger ratio. There's really only one song on this album that I'm not huge on, and that's Golden. I don't think it matches the vibe of the rest of the album, but it's literally only 2 minutes, so I give it a pass.
Okay.
I fucking
Fair.
love this album too. It's really good.
Yeah, great
fucking
album.
banger.
I don't think they have. Fall Out Boy has had some hit and misses since this album, but I think this is like their best album.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've listened to a few of the songs off of this. Haven't listened to it fully, but I mean, like Colt said, thanks for the memories, man. Thanks for the memories.
Even weren't so great.
Yep.
Taste like you only sweeter. Y'all ready for number 3?
I'm always ready.
Sure. Top
Number
3.
3. This is the third. The tooth. Yeah, 3. I have The New Abnormal by The Strokes. Came out in 2020. I knew were Strokes album, yes, but I think every single song on this album is wonderful. My favorite is At the Door, easily, no contest. But Selfless, The Adults Are Talking, Ode to the Mets, Eternal Summer. All of these are great. I fucking love this album. I enjoy the Strokes a good bit. Julian Casablancas, I love his voice. I know he can be considered a little shithead at times, but he does have talent. I will not lie.
Yeah, man, dude can sing. Dude's fucking weird, but he
Yeah,
can
he's
sing.
a weird dude.
He's just a fucking, I don't know. It's so bizarre. Like, he's just a weird douche
Yeah.
sometimes. Like, I don't understand why, but goddamn, can he sing?
Amen to that, bro. But yeah, the At the Door is easily my favorite song because I just sounds, but the music video for it is also fucking beautiful. It's made like a really well done Saturday morning cartoon from like the 80s. It's really, really good.
God, I've never even seen the music video. I remember listening to the album front to back. Great. I agree. I can listen to this front to back without skipping anything.
I love you, the Strokes. Very good.
I would say probably my favorite song on here is probably Eternal Summer. I just love that sound on there.
It's just nothing but good stuff. Nothing but bangers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You gonna
What's
go,
your
Tanner?
favorite Strokes album, Tanner?
I don't
Yeah.
have one.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
I don't really listen to the Strokes.
Sure.
And you should change that, you fucker.
Well, y'all ready for my next little picky?
I guess.
Yay!
My number 3.
If it isn't a Strokes album, then we're gonna have a problem.
Okay. Well, I'm not okay. Never mind. But my number 3, just a year later on my list, 2008. So as you can see, I hold a lot of. If I liked you in the mid 2000s, chances are I still like you music wise. I went with The Fame, Lady Gaga's debut album.
Oh, it's not a bad choice at all.
I mean, Just Dance, Love Game, Paparazzi, Poker Face. I mean,
Is Disco Stick on it?
yeah, Love Game.
Oh yeah. I thought
Yeah.
I've always called that Disco Stick in my head.
Yeah. Great album. I remember seeing the music video again, MTV Saturday morning countdown, whatever, for Poker Face. I'm like, wow, that bangs. And here I am 15 years later, and I'm still like, that bangs. I always feel like I found Lady Gaga really early. Like I listened to Gaga before this album dropped. So I always like to pat myself on the back with that one. I'm like,
Yeah. That's the fun part about Lady Gaga is if you were kind of, I don't want to say chronically online, but if you were online at that time, you could listen to some good ass Lady Gaga.
Yep.
And I would say you, Cody, and me, we were on that ground floor.
Yeah, we were on
listening
the ground floor with Gaga. But yeah, I mean, just a great album. I could have had. I almost put the Fame Monster, and then I thought about cheating and putting the deluxe version of Fame Monster, which also just has all the Fame on it plus the Fame Monster. But I didn't want to cheat. I feel like that's kind of cheating. I could put Chromatica on here. I mean, really any Gaga album. Like I knew before I started making this list, I'm like, okay, I have to put a Gaga album somewhere. But I went with the Fame because I think it was such a great debut, like, showing, and yeah, just kind of set the world on fire, and it's really like changed pop in the last 15 years, I think. But yeah, absolute bangers.
Frick yeah, brother.
Yeah, hell yeah. Love Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is fucking talented throughout her entire career. There's not really an album to I dislike this.
No. She every one of her albums. I mean, there's obviously some I like more than others, but all of her albums to me are at least like I don't skip through like half the album with any of her stuff.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't like Chromatica.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's fucking weird.
I like
That's
probably,
homophobic.
I would like probably like 2 or 3 songs on there. Yeah.
Man.
Damn.
I don't know.
My number 2, top 2 time. This is a group that I actually didn't discover until I saw a trailer for Watch Dogs 2. That kind of gives it away. Run the Jewels 2 by Run the Jewels 2014 is my number 2. Holy shit, this album is fan-fucking-tastic. Because I remember it was an E3, and they're showing the trailer for Watch Dogs 2, I want to say. Yes. What E3 was that? It was like 2015, I want to say.
Maybe.
Yeah,
And-
14 or 15.
And Tanner's like, oh, they got Run the Jewels. I'm like, I don't know Run the Jewels. But ever since then, I've been listening to RTJ2 pretty much constantly. It's a yearly experience I have. Oh My Darling Don't Cry, Blockbuster Night Part 1, Jeopardy, Close Your Eyes and Count the Fuck, Lie, Cheat, Steal, Love Again, Early. Just nothing but
album.
bangers all across.
album.
Run the Jewels 2 is fucking great. And I just want to say, shout out Meow the Jewels 2. Meow the Jewels is fucking awesome. And it's surprisingly, I enjoy some Meow the Jewels songs more than the original, which is kind of fucked up. But it's really good.
That's crazy.
Hell
Run the
yeah.
Jewels, Killer Mike, LP, both insanely talented people. And I cannot wait for Run the Jewels 5 because it's gonna happen. I just gotta wait. I fucking love Run the Jewels.
I think I thought they said they're done with the number system.
Well, it's still gonna be Run the Jewels 5, even if they don't use the number system.
Sure. Maybe I'm making that up. Yeah, Run the Jewels 2, man.
Great
It is,
album.
sick.
Definitely their best album.
I agree.
No, as soon as that trailer popped up and they started playing Close Your Eyes and Count to Fuck, I was getting hyped, even though I never played the game and came back. Like I always think when I think about the song, I actually think about that trailer because it was really good. It was really well done.
Yeah, I thank you, Watch Dogs, too, for showing me the ways of Run the Jewels.
I mean, you could also thank your friends, but okay.
I mean, that's the first time I heard it, so put it in my life.
All right.
All right.
I mean, yeah, killer album.
Up next is probably it was a contentious pick for me putting this on here, but I've thought about how often I've listened to parts of this album for years. And the fact that I did not really like this album upon first hearing it, and as grown, I was like, well, this has to make this list. This would make my Desert Island list. From 2016, I have How to Be a Human Being by Glass Animals.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when you were being a fucking negative Nancy, being contrarian, being like, I think it's doo-doo, but actually... Well, we
I
were
don't think I
enjoying
said
it.
that. I think
it's kind of doo-doo caca.
Damn, there's two Tanners here?
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck. But anyways, this album, specifically the first 4 songs on the album, Life Itself, Youth, Season 2, Episode 3, and Pork Soda, I am a huge fan of. It really wasn't until we saw them live where I was like, I get it. Because I really went live for us to have like the live concert experience together. I was not huge on them prior to us going to this concert. Like even after listening to this album, I'm like, yeah, so it's okay. It's fine. But then we went to that concert and like re-listening to this album, I'm like, oh man, this is good. And they have a lot of really good songs. I don't like fucking Heat Waves at all. I still stand by that. I can't believe that is the song that has broken like the mainstream barrier for them because I fucking hate it.
I like it, but it's way too overplayed. It's
Way
been
over-
fucking years. Play something different.
It is overplayed to hell.
Yeah, it has been the song of the summer for 4 fucking years. It's like the COVID song of the summer.
I will
Yeah.
say at my job currently, it's played in the morning every fucking time I work there. I'm like,
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten to the point you're at where I loved it at first, but now I've heard it so much that I'm kind of hating listening to it.
No, and there's other songs on that same album I like. I didn't like
Oh,
Heat
yeah.
Waves before it got like super overplayed on the radio. Like it just wasn't one of my go-to songs on that album. But yeah, like Season 2, Episode 3 is probably my favorite song on this album. It'd be that or Pork Soda. It'd be one of those two. But
I agree.
yeah, such a great album. Seeing them live and like we saw them at Iron City in Birmingham. Shout out. And like God, 2018, I guess maybe 2017.
One of those.
It was summer of 2017. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah,
summer of 2017 because
Yeah.
yeah. Well, great album. Love it. Yeah, it's my number 2 chronologically, 2016.
Yeah, I remember when the first single came out, Life Itself had come out that summer before our senior year, and just wanting, oh my God, I was wanting so much because I was like, holy shit, it's so freaking good. And then listening to Zaba, that's their first album, I was like, I need more. And then I remember being so like close, like to the fucking screen, keeping up with any updates involving them. Like I listened to every single that came out, or I tried to get to listen to everything. God damn, and then when the album came out, I remember that morning putting it on my way to school and just fucking replaying Pork Soda over and over. Fucking
yeah,
I can listen to the album front to back.
Yeah,
and
it's a truly great album.
What song had mayonnaise in it?
Season 2, episode 3.
Season 2, episode 3. Yeah,
Great song.
Great song.
What song had mayonnaise in it?
I just remember one of the lyrics had mayonnaise.
Yeah,
That was the big thing I just remembered for some
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
reason.
no, I actually re-listened to this album recently at work because I was just like, holy shit, it's so good.
Yeah, it's still incredible.
All right,
Frick
last
yeah.
one, number 1. What is it
Number
gonna be?
uno. Hee hee ha. Number 1 for me is another album we've already talked about. So you know it's the only other album we had that we talked about. It's Discovery by Daft Punk. This is all-time favorite album. Nothing but fucking bangers on this album. This is another childhood classic. I've talked about it. It's super in depth on the album episode we did, one of them. And Jesus fucking Christ! From One More Time, Aerodynamic is my most favorite at Daft Punk. It's so good. Aerodynamic, Crescent Dolls. They got fucking not One More Time. Fucking what is that song called? Because it's the only song I don't have liked on Spotify because I've heard it so much that I'm kind of tired of hearing it. And it's Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. Even though I love it, I've just heard it so much.
Yeah,
And it's like not even the best song on the album.
well, also too, it's been like memed too, like on TikTok. Like I feel like that, like the whopper.
Yeah. Veritas Quo, Too Long, Face to Face, Shorts. This album is a fucking banger all the way through. I was actually contemplating putting Interstellar 5555 on my movie list because it is basically a movie album. A movie album. And it's a really fucking good because the music's great and the animation is really good too. Just fucking Daft Punk, man. I love you so much. Super sad you're gone. Fucking beyond sad that you didn't release a final goodbye album, but
Or
it
go
is
on a
what it
final
is.
tour.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
anything
not-
like that.
Yeah, they're not dead. They just broke up.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when they said goodbye, they posted a clip from one of their movies, the live action movie they did, where they both exploded in the desert. So technically, they're dead.
Yeah, it's not even that
okay.
they broke up; they just retired. Like they don't do
Yeah.
anything anymore.
Do they have to? They probably have tons of fucking money.
Oh, fucking
Oh no, but
Yeah,
I would
they
I would
don't
have loved to have seen them live.
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
I'd like to see them live, or I just still want that last album, man. They teased us by making like music with The Weeknd, which don't get me wrong, I love Starboy, but god damn it, I just wanted one more album.
I mean, Random Access Memories is fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, I'd never say anything about Random Access Memories. I love Random Access.
Get Lucky, song of the summer.
They should make a song that's a smash up of Get Lucky and Heat Waves.
Jesus Christ. I could tolerate Get Lucky more now since it's
Oh.
been a while.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Get Lucky.
Get Lucky. Also, Get Lucky. Just take off the overplayedness of the two. Get Lucky is objectively a better song than Heat Waves.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But all right, y'all ready for my number one?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go out and say it from 2017, Flower Boy from Tyler the
Hey,
Creator.
wait a minute. I was partially right, you fucker.
Okay, so Wenzel did send me his guess. He said Channel Orange by Frank Ocean, which was on the short list for this. He said I don't know the other one and Flower Boy. So he was 33% correct. I'm not. That's failing.
Channel Orange was almost on mine too.
Yeah, Channel Orange made it pretty far in my short list deliberations.
Oh, nice.
But Flower Boy, summer of 2017, 2018 for me, like just listening to this album, I say summer. Did it, or maybe I'm conflating the two. Did it not come out in like May?
I don't know.
I don't know how this one is. It
I
came out in
remember-
it came out in July of 2017, so it was tail end of summer.
Yeah.
But I love it front to back. I still listen to this album like fairly regularly.
I
Front
can't
to
get
back.
the 2020 vision. Cupid hit me with precision.
2020 vision. Cupid hit me with precision. But yeah, it's so good. That is See You Again, but also this album features Boredom, my personal favorite song on the album. Who Dat Boy, I mean
My
Glitter,
favorite.
November. Yeah, Wenzel, I feel like there was a while there where every time I got in Wenzel's car, he's like, oh, I'm throwing my playlist on shuffle, but Who Dat Boy would always be the first song.
It's so good.
it is a great song. But yeah, it is a fucking phenomenal album. Really like sold me on Tyler the Creator. I'm not huge on his first couple of albums.
Nobody is.
Yeah, I'm just not huge on him. But like I actually almost put Igor on here. Like over Flower Boy. Like that's how highly I think of Igor. But I think Flower Boy, I just edges out Igor from being my like introduction per se, and like I just really have dug pretty much everything he's done post Flower Boy.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong because like those first few albums, it was like they were kind of okay. You know, of course there had been kind of like a cult following with
Yeah.
Tyler with that brand or whatever that he had.
It was an
but
edgy. I was not a big fan of
it was
it.
Yeah.
very much an
First
edgy
stuff.
skater kind of like, yeah, because and especially too like when like with what he was like kind of the problematic things he was saying on those albums, but then like when Flower Boy comes out, it kind of puts like those certain things like, you know,
Yeah,
use-
Flower Boy is a much more mature album than any of his previous outings up to that point.
And it puts into perspective those things that he did say because it's like, oh, well, now we kind of understand Tyler because now, you know, he's like because he would use, you know, homophobic slurs, and it was just like ooh, that's not good. But then come to find out, it's like, oh well, you know, he is actually gay, and not to say that like, you know, that kind of justifies using at the time, but like but then it like kind of puts into perspective of everything. Yeah, like Flower Boy when that came out, I mean, I'm pretty sure we were all hyped on it. Like that was like a big like 2017 like started the podcast, but also a big year for like music.
Yeah, it
for-
was.
For 2016 to 2017, like big year for music, that little era right there. And I remember I don't necessarily remember summer as much as I do remember fall for Flower Boy for some reason. I guess because of the orange colors.
Yeah,
But yeah, I remember listening to Who Dat Boy like for like when it was coupled with 911 Mr. Lonely with Frank Ocean. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like
I also just want to say Tyler the Creator is not actually out as gay.
Yeah.
It's more so his sexuality is kind of like with Flower Boy is kind of like it's on a spectrum. There's not really a word he has said that doesn't really define his sexuality, but he's not gay. Just wanted to put that out
Because
there.
I was curious a few years ago, probably like last year, but still, I could not find a definitive answer.
Yeah, no, there's not. I think it kind of just. I think it very much is on like a spectrum.
okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
But he
Yeah.
has like said before, like again, and this would have been like 2015. So like, oh, is he being edgy or what? Like I found a quote because I actually included it in my notes because I did want to touch on it just a little bit. But he said like my friends are so used to me being gay they don't even care. But like that's like it's still edgy area. But also like he has said he has had boyfriends before, but he's also had girlfriends. But also there's a Flower Boy lyric where he says I've been kissing white boys since 2004. But it is very much he is on the spectrum, but it is definitely not like I guess like a term. Per
Yeah.
se. Which I
Fair
find
enough.
extremely fascinating. Yeah, I didn't know either. Like because after listening to Flower Boy, I was like, oh, well, that kind of explains like all the other stuff I've ever heard about him, and then like reading about him, like, oh, okay, that's cool. It was just like confusing. I was like, oh, okay, like because he's like, I mean, he doesn't even call himself bisexual either. It's like totally. I mean, sexuality is on the spectrum, anyways, but it's just like he is just on the spectrum, like not even like a defined term. I guess.
All right. Well, yeah. I didn't know that either. Good to know, though. And again, with usage of like slurs and stuff, that's obviously very problematic, not good. But like with this knowledge, though, it helps to kind of understand. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but still,
No.
great ass album.
Oh yeah, fucking phenomenal album.
Yeah. Man. Well, there you go.
These are the essential albums and movies for us. Wenzel, not Wenzel. Tanner did have some stinkers on both lists. I did not like them. I kind of fucking hated them. I was getting
What
so
stinkers I have
cocky.
on the movie list?
For instance, haha, it's garbage doo-doo.
Fran, that's you. That's a
no, I
you
didn't
problem.
say it.
It's kind of a cool problem, yeah. But to reiterate though, the 10 Colts top. Sorry, hold on, burping. Top 10. Goddamn. Top 10 is Kid A Amnesia by Radiohead. Again, this is from 10 to 1. Get to Heaven by Everything. Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon. New Flesh by Priest. Details by Frou Frou. Humans by Gorillaz. Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. The New Abnormal by The Strokes. Run the Jewels 2 by Run the Jewels. And Discovery by Daft Punk. And for Tanners, from 10 to 1, Can't Buy a Thrill by Steely Dan. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Sir Elton John. Purple Rain by Prince. Brand New Man by Brooks and Dunn. A Fever You Can't Sweat Out by Panic at the Disco. The Duchess by Fergie. Infinity on High by Fall Out Boy. The Fame by Lady Gaga. How to Be a Human Being by Glass Animals. And Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah, I honestly, I think I think the list, like looking back on them, I think especially Colt's list does like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it definitely makes sense. I hope that to y'all, like my list conveys like, oh yeah, I can buy it.
Yeah,
Like-
I knew like almost half of them.
Yeah. But I just have a question. So Colt did his essentials. I did my essentials. Wenzel, now it's time for your essentials. So I know you have your list ready. Let's hear them.
Well, that's crazy because we're actually ending the podcast right now. Thank you for listening. I'm Wenzel. That's Tanner, and that's Colt. Goodbye.
I don't get the joke.
Okay. So
At first I was like, oh fuck, does he want me to stop the recording?
no. I do in a bit. Please don't leave. Please stay. That goes for everybody. But if you're wondering though, why wouldn't Wenzel do an essentials list? Because music, movies, he loves that shit. Why wouldn't he do one? Well, that's because I'm doing a whole goddamn podcast about it.
What?
Don't act surprised.
We've known this for a while.
I know
Tanner.
that's very cringy, Tanner. Wow.
Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know.
I know. Even though I've talked about it so much, I'm glad you're
Yeah.
listening to me.
Yeah, I haven't
no,
even
no,
looked at
I'm
the
kidding.
Google Calendar.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So basically, I'm going to have there's going to be new podcasts. Obviously it will be affiliated with All You Can Hear, but it'll be on its own feed. I won't be using SoundCloud. I'll be using Spotify for that. And it's called Wenzel's Essentials, and it'll basically be me going through what I consider to be essential. And there's gonna be three sections. I guess I should explain this. There's gonna be three sections. There's gonna be books, movies, and music, because wouldn't you know it, I love books too, and that's also, we didn't cover it for here because these two guys, they don't read like I do, and it would be uniquely me to do a section about books. So it'll be essential viewing, essential reading, and essential listening. And it'll basically be me just covering movies that I consider essential, not only just for me, but just all time. Well, me as well. But the thing is that I won't be relegating myself to just 10. It's literally just endless, basically. Same thing for books, music, and movies. Constantly watching stuff, constantly listening stuff, constantly reading. So I'm just going to be talking about the things that I love with no limit, pretty much. And it'll be divided like that. And the first episode, which will be an introduction, in which you'll find out more. I'll explain more about this, how it's going to work, and how I'm going to release stuff. It's going to come out on September 20th. That will be the Wednesday of this week, which this will come out on the Monday of that week.
No,
So
wrong. This comes out the 25th.
25th, my bad.
So yours it comes out the 20. I think your introduction comes out the 26th.
Goddamn.
I think that's how yeah.
No, you're right. It's just that now I put on the calendar wrong.
Oh,
So it comes out on Tuesday?
the
No, it would come out. I have it on. Well, no. I have it right. So the Essentials episode, this lad's Essentials, comes out on the 18th. My episode would come out on the Wednesday, the 20th.
20. Oh my god, yeah, you're.
Oh my god, Tanner!
I'm sorry, I
people.
got the.
Because
Yeah.
the last episode would
Yeah,
be the podcast.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. You're totally right. I was thinking. This is what happens when we record so much ahead of time. Yeah, I was thinking this came out a separate week. Yes, sorry. I'm so
I was
sorry.
about to say, I checked twice, and I implemented this stuff with the thought of that. Don't
Here's
do
what's
that
sad.
to me.
Here's what's sad. I was looking at the Google Calendar while you were talking. I'm sorry. That's a Tanner bad.
Anyway,
Kiss his feet,
don't kiss my feet.
suck his
touch me.
toes.
Just don't touch me. Don't touch me right now. So yeah. So September 20th, my episode will come out. It'll be episode 0. It'll just be an introduction. I'll explain how I'm going to be releasing it, how I'm going to be dividing up the sections, how I'm doing rankings and ratings, and what my first week of what's coming out is going to be. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Look out for that. And yeah.
And I was just going to mention, we are also going to release it on this feed to kind of direct everybody to like Wenzel's links and stuff for that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm excited to listen to it because Wenzel's been working on this like since I've known about it since like the beginning of the year.
Yeah. February, because I came up with it, and I guess to kind of explain this too, we also talked about this on the Save the Podcast. It's just kind of at the very early in the very close to the beginning of the year, I was like, I feel like something was still missing. I felt like I still needed to do kind of some aspect involving like with my books, and then with movies, and then with music too. And this is kind of where that came from. I'll talk about it more in my episode 0, but yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, I just want to go ahead and say we're probably going to do a video game essentials for Backlog Boys, obviously. Because I feel like that's something that's very big in at least my life that we should talk about. Because, good God, I have so many video games that are my favorites.
Oh yeah, that'd be a super fun episode to do for Backlog Boys. I didn't even think of that.
Sure, you guys can do that.
Oh, so you're not gonna do anymore?
No,
Oh,
you
Wenzel's leaving the podcast.
you kind of blindsided me there.
Oh
So
my god.
Yeah, me too. Actually, Colt.
Guys, I'm retiring and I'm creating All You Can Fear podcast where I'm just gonna be screaming in the mic at random intervals.
Oh, scary.
I
Actually,
mean,
though.
I mean, I guess we can do a video game essentials. I mean, it won't have nothing to do with me or the essentials, but sure, we can do that.
Hell yeah.
Shit. I mean, unless you guys haven't played enough games to say off 10 games and
No,
I've only ever played 3 games.
I can only name 3 games off the top of my head: Call of
Yep.
Duty, Fortnite, and Overwatch.
Yep, same
eat
with
hot
me.
chip.
Family Guy Online, Club
No,
Penguin.
no, we'll definitely have to do that for Backlog Boys, though.
Yeah.
And essentials.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun episode.
yeah.
Well, are we ready for plugs?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode. As always, you can check us out on Twitter. Is still right now where you can get your most up-to-date news with us until that ship sinks. So that would be at AYCH Podcast. If you're listening right now, leave us a like, leave us a review, leave us a rating, subscribe even. That would be super rad. Share it with your friends. Be like, oh my god, these super awesome guys are just killing it right now. So go check that out. Because that would be great. God, I'm trying to think. Like twitch.tv/all you can hear. I've started my Tuesdays with Tanner streams. Every Tuesday I'm streaming. That's kind of it. We got some more intermittent streams throughout the month. And I will say, stay tuned for next week's episode for a big stream announcement. YouTube.com at AYCH Podcast. I found searching AYCH Podcast is the easiest way to find us. Just search AYCH Podcast on YouTube. You will find us. Subscribe. It is right now still of our Twitch archive, but some original content's going to be coming down the pipeline real soon, brother. And God, Instagram AYCH Podcast, Letterbox AYCH Podcast. Hopefully should be on Blue Sky by the time you hear that this episode. So I'm going to say AYCH Podcast on Blue Sky as well. And you can follow me on Twitter, Tanner1495, on Blue Sky, Tanner1495, on Letterbox. Guess what? Tanner1495. And probably not Threads. I don't really vibe with Threads.
Loser.
It's
Yeah,
given
you
a demonic aura.
Yet you vibe with Blue Sky, even though there's fucking jack shit on there.
I like the layout of Blue Sky more. Right now, both of them feel like just people screaming a lot.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I
Pat
like
followed
Blue
me.
Sky because it fucking feels more like Twitter. That's pretty
Yeah,
much
I'm hoping. I think Blue Sky will get there eventually. We just they need to add DMs to it quick.
it. Yeah.
Pat followed me on Blue
Please?
Sky.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I just
go-
followed Pat back.
Yep.
Yippee.
All right. Well, that's all the plugs I had.
You gonna plug Wenzel?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. My name Colt. Follow me on Twitter, ColtD00. Follow me on Blue Sky at ColtD99. Follow me home from work.
Whoa.
That's it. Just kidding. Please don't. That'd be creepy. And I work in Georgia at the
not-
Comcast building.
Okay. I don't know why he would say that. Anyway,
Need some friends.
thank you for listening. I'm Wenzel. You can follow me on Twitter at WenzyWilkie. Before that goes away, follow me on Instagram at World of Wenzy. Go follow my threads, World of Wenzy. Go follow me on Blue Sky as well, World of Wenzy. And go to follow my Bookstagram, Wenzel Banters. And again, stay tuned for the first episode of Wenzel's Essentials. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I have a link tree for links for everything, including my Letterboxd and my Goodreads. So check that out. And yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah. And thank you, Wenzel, for putting together this episode and like making Colt and I do this. Cause I've never really have sat down and thought about it, but I had a ton of fun.
No, thank you for doing it. I mean, yeah, you guys were the ones that sat down and really thought about it. I really appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Any last words?
Hasta la vista, baby. Fuck, a baby?